We'll still have a run through, I'm sure, before. Okay.
I step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh yes, and here's to hoping you feel very, very good on this Monday, the 15th of January. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Hope the weekend was good to you.
Monday, the 15th
It is.
of January.
Welcome back to Leanne. Welcome back to you.
I just said it's good to have you guys. Like, I've been here this whole time.
You look fabulous. You look like you had a 3-week holiday.
No, it's been amazing. Hey, come on. Talking about somebody that's had a good time is there's some celebs, you know, some of us go on leave, other people get engaged. We're going to share the news with you a little bit later on.
Yeah. What a comparison. Okay. Apples and apples. But anyway, listen, we're going to be talking to a very cool guy today. He's a saxophonist, he's a producer, he's a singer, all the way from Nigeria. Femi Koya, getting to find out about his story, what inspires him, what makes him get on the sax and do it so good.
Oh, nice. Amazing. And then what's trending report without something ridiculous? How does inflatable costumes sound?
Ridiculous.
Well, it's really funny though. You do not want to miss out on that. I saw it and it's hilarious.
It sounds our speed, really. Inflatable costumes. Bring him in.
I want one of those.
Oh, then we've got Jade Huebner here, superstar from our channel, but of course a very close friend of the show. She launched her singing career here on the show, I kind of feel, and she is going from strength to strength. And this morning she's going to perform, and we're going to add a little spice to one of them performances this morning. Break him.
Spice. I was trying to keep the poker face.
We've heard the sound check. It sounds spectacular. You can see the tracks of my tears.
Make up on Graham. Anyway, listen, guys, let's get the day underway. Check out the temperatures all around our cities. Ewan, what's up?
Good morning, team. Lucky to be back with the entire Feel Good family. Lucky to be back with you as well on your Monday morning. Let's have a good one together. First and foremost, your weather quickly. A chance of showers across most parts of the country today with mild to warm temperatures that can be expected. Polokwane begin op 17 en styg na 33. Mbombela 17, 32. Pretoria begin op 18, 'n lekker warm dag vorentoe, 35 grade. Johannesburg 17, 33 met 'n paar donderstorms wat verwag kan word. Mahikeng 21 en ook baie warm 37 grade. Klerksdorp 20, 36, Kimberley 21 en 'n maksimum van 33. Bloemfontein begin op 18, ook 'n warm dag, 36 later vandag. Richards Bay 22 with a maximum 34, Pietermaritzburg 16, 31. Durban starting off on 21 with a maximum 27 and some showers expected. A couple of showers expected for Mthatha as well, 16 minimum with a maximum 25. East London 17, 25, Cradock 12 and a high of 31. Port Elizabeth starting off on 17, reaching a high of 25 degrees. George 14, 22. Sutherland 10 minimum with a maximum 26. Cape Town 16, 22 and some scattered showers expected. Worcester 12, 29. Springbok 14, 29 and Uppington also very hot day expected, 19 minimum with a maximum 37 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather and temperatures for the 6:30 bulletin. We'll keep you updated throughout the course of your Monday. I'll be back just after 7.
Thank you, Ewan. Well, let's take a first look at your roads. We start off in Gauteng and Eldorado Park and Rand Park Ridge. Expect congestion on the N12 eastbound, that's through Eldorado Park, as well as Rand Park Ridge on Jimfo Shear Road eastbound heading towards Bayard Nudia. Then staying in Gauteng and Midrand, there's been an accident on the R21 southbound near Olifantsfontein Road exit. Traffic is slow moving over there, so just allow some extra travel time this morning. That's where we leave your roads. Another update coming your way in half an hour.
Efferflu C Immune Booster from Pharmadynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare.
Well, it's time for us to head to social media this morning, and the very first post of the morning is, guys, it is back to school this week. We want to know from you, what are you most excited about for this year of education? Let's see who kicks it off. Adelaide says, morning, guys, happy Monday to you. I'm doing my second year of college. She's doing level 4 for early childhood development. Enjoy your day. Gwyneth says, all I can say is that as a mother, I'm super excited that the kids go back to school. I'm sure you are. And guess what? My holiday is officially actually starting. Whoop, whoop. And then finally, Garth Lafleur says, morning peeps. I'm mostly excited for the new teacher and new workload. Can't wait. Being at home is a bit boring. Garth, I don't know. Hey, I kind of enjoyed it. But anyways, I love that you're so passionate. Keep those comments coming. What are you most looking forward to in this new school year?
Yep. What are you most looking forward to in this
Distinctions,
kids. Distinctions.
Many distinctions.
Exactly. But it's a glorious day on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. The morning has officially started now.
Absolutely.
When we come back, some celeb news on the local front and the latest celeb to get engaged.
Yeah.
Yes, and there were exclamations of finally going around on social media.
All
yes,
right,
we'll
all right.
tell you
And
who that is.
We also link up with Nigerian saxophonist and songwriter Femi Koya as we celebrate Africa on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. It's Monday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And you know what? On a Monday, there's always lots to catch up on with what our local stars been up to in Zanzibar.
Yep. That's right. And it's a morning of congratulations. We'll start off with Mishka Patel, the Pasela presenter, who this weekend took to Instagram and shared that she has said yes to long-time boyfriend, making her an engaged woman. There's no news on when the adorable couple will be walking down the aisle, but it's still early, you guys. But seeing that they've been together together for what seems like a million years. We're happy that
You
they
sound like you've been
finally-
waiting at the door of proposal like this.
I've been like this. Like
Also proposal. You want
But
the ring.
they're so good together. Like you just know when two people are like, this
Meant
is
to
it.
be.
This is it for one another. So I'm very, very happy.
It's beautiful. Yes,
Congratulations.
absolutely.
Very nice.
Congratulations.
And she's tall and he's taller, so that's great.
He's what?
He's taller than her, and she's a tall girl.
Does that still matter in 2018?
I don't know, but like when you're as tall as her, because she's taller than me, I have to do that. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So I don't know. But
I
I'm
just mean like it's
happy.
2018.
No,
So you must just.
People who are vertically challenged should not be discriminated against.
This is true. You carry that flag.
You know what? I
fly that
will
flag.
proudly for all the average height men out there in the world. We are together. We too deserve happiness.
Simunye. Yes, I love it. Well, from marriage to babies, quite literally, we can finally share the very first photos of Roxy Berger's daughter. And she's been very open about her pregnancy since confirming the news last year. And taken to Instagram this weekend, she shared the first photo of Adrian Schrager, or Shrug, I'm not sure how you pronounce
Look at the bubble.
but like she is so cute. And this is, of course, the first child for Roxy and hubby Neil, who have been married
Beautiful.
since 2014.
I love that little sticker. Hello, my name is.
Hello, my name.
Somebody's handwriting is very beautiful.
She's just
man.
like.
Look at that.
I think that's printed.
Oh, is it?
I would assume, unless that person has a very beautiful handwriting.
That's what I was thinking. I thought, like,
The
Roxy,
E's are too perfect.
your handwriting is amazing, Roxy. Wow, we were. Yeah, welcome
So
to baby
cute. Congratulations.
Adrian. Wonderful news all around to put a smile on your face on this Monday morning. But right now, let's quickly link up with an African songwriter and saxophonist who's extremely talented. He's from Nigeria and he's well known in the Afro jazz and Afro beat scenes. He's performed all across the continent with some of the biggest names. And his name is Femi Koya, and we got to meet up with him in his Pretoria home to find out what makes the man behind the sax tick.
Nigerian-born singer and saxophonist Femi Koya is a phenomenal talent that's not only celebrated here in South Africa, but on the rest of the African continent as well. He's shared stages with many musical greats, but today is all about getting to know him a little bit more personally, and where better to do so than in the comfort of his very own home.
Femi Koya relocated to South Africa in 2005. After discovering the Newtown precinct, he embarked on a successful music journey.
Femi, you've lived in South Africa for a very long time now. Tell me about your migration story and how that plays a part in the music you create.
Playing music in Lagos, I'd like play in the church, play in the clubs, play everywhere, be in bands as well. A friend of mine came to me and he was like, hey, look, there's a Nigerian church in South Africa who they need a choir director for, to direct music in the church. Would you like to do it? So that's the first reason that brought about the migration. It's affected my music in many ways. To meet these people, great musicians, and also kind of like meet other people play the style of music and have an influence, like have a fusion of the West and the South.
And why did you decide to play the saxophone? What is it about this instrument that's so special to you?
I was juggling between the saxophone and the trumpet. I had to choose between. Also, I realized, it's like the sexiest instrument and all the ladies likes it as well. So I chose the saxophone.
And what would you say are the differences between creating music in Nigeria and in South Africa?
Nigerian music industry was really void. And when there's a space, and if you put something in a space, it becomes very obvious. So they came in with this Nigerian hip-hop, which they call Afrobeat. And up till this moment, it's gone way ahead. I think South African market is not just a stereotype market where whatever you give them is what they take. They take what they want. There's a whole lot of stuff that people listen to. You have your jazz fans, you have your kwaito fans, name it, all kind of style of music in South Africa.
With 2 critically acclaimed albums to his name, Femi's achievements also include performing with Yosondor, Yvonne Chaka Chaka and John Legend.
Basically, what I do here, it's saving ideas so that I don't forget, because what often happens is you hear sound and then if you don't save them, you kind of forget them. So I just elaborate and then I go to a bigger studio and make it happen.
And what are some of the central themes and stories that resonate in the music that you create?
I want to sing about good stuff. I want to lift people up because there's so much problem happening in the community. And it's not like you don't want to make music that make people think. You do that. At the same time, make music that raise people's spirit up, make the people feel good.
When he's not working on his music, Femi loves relaxing in the kitchen by cooking his favorite Nigerian dishes.
Well, I'll be making jollof rice. Jollof rice is one of my favorite dish. It's a West African dish, spicy rice. It's very close to the Indian biryani. What I just have here is very simple. I've got dry chilies, I've got crayfish, and this is raw chili. And I've grinded pepper and tomatoes and onions as well. So yeah, that's what we got for jollof rice. It's just boiling a little bit more before I start adding other stuff in there. With jollof rice, you're free to experiment.
While Femi celebrates his heritage in food and music, he honored South Africa in his debut album, Just in Newtown.
All right, so Femi, tell me about your journey from your debut album, Newtown, to where you are today.
It's been a great journey from moving from the Just in Newtown album to the EBA, which I released 2 years ago. And I'm looking forward to the new album, Village Afrobeat, which is coming up 2018. It's strictly Afrobeat, West African vibe. I love the vibe and you will definitely love it too.
Where still do you want to perform?
If I can be able to visit all African countries and perform there, I think that's like a dream come true. You'll be able to appreciate what we are as Africans, who we are as Africans, yeah.
And what does 2018 hold for you?
We'll be doing a lot of performances. We'll be doing tour for the album Village Afrobeat, and we're hoping to take the music to Nigeria and Ghana as well. Nigeria, it's a very huge music market, so I think there's a whole lot of stuff happening in 2018. It's big, it's coming up.
And I'll definitely be following and watching you very closely, Femi. Now, today has definitely been very insightful, getting to learn about Femi, hearing his journey, and of course, enjoying his delicious jollof rice, which he prepared for us. Now, I'll be watching him very closely in 2018, and I can't wait to see how many more people around the world get to enjoy his African-inspired music.
Yes, African talent at its best,
Looks
man.
like such a cool guy as well,
Very,
man.
very cool guy. I love it. And that meal he made as well. You know,
Hungry. I'm hungry.
Listen, quickly, it's Monday morning. Let's get into your sport. Everything you need to know about, man. Cricket. Let's kick off with that.
We can't even scratch the surface, barely, after the amount of sport, the plethora of sporting action this weekend.
Can I just ask you, are you okay?
I'm
are you good?
Barely,
right?
man. I loved having my girlfriend's dad around because we just watch sport non-stop with it, man. But let's start with the game that's currently underway at the moment. Of course, Centurion, everyone came out to support and show some Protea fight for the Proteas in the second test against India. And a bit of a switch up there after we thought that the ground would, and the groundskeeper would certainly offer something for the fast bowlers after our domination in Newlands. This is starting to look more like a subcontinental pitch, very dry, very little in it for our bowlers, and our batsmen seem to struggle quite a bit. Aidan Markram, who is proving himself to be a top-notch, I don't know if we're going to see AB's wicket there, but he failed, frustratingly so. But it looked like 300 and odd 35 runs all out. Looked like a low score, but I think Faf du Plessis was a genius in electing to bat first because the pitch is changing. I think that often happens in Centurion. It starts to offer the bowlers a lot more, and we saw that yesterday on day two. All of our bowlers, in fact, Morkel and Gidi, Rabada, Maharaj, all coming in with one apiece, and Gidi getting his maiden test wicket, scooping the scalp of Partiv Patel, but he is bowling fast, man. His top speed 150 odd, 151, average speed of 141. So as they say, the test match is poised.
Yeah, man.
But India with a lot of hard work to do, man.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens today as long as the Proteas, man, because they've been doing so well. I mean, it's against a tough team like India.
Man, the headspace seems to be in the right place. Faf's captaincy is absolutely amazing. So they've got, I think, about 152 runs still to get, but we've got Virat Kohli at the crease, 85 not out, and Hardik Pandya not out on 11. So today, fireworks. I think the South African pace attack is going to come out firing.
Protea fire, yes. What's happening in the world soccer quickly, dude?
Okay, well, I'm going to touch on the golf quickly because it was just such a cool weekend of golf. We saw the SA Open happening at Glendower. It's the world's second oldest golfing tournament. I couldn't believe that. 1903 it kicked off. It looked like Brandon Grace was going to be South Africa's hopeful. He shot a brilliant back nine on the second day to make up, I think, 4 or 5 shots, chasing England's Chris Paisley. But can we please tip our hats, wherever you are, do an emotional tip your hat to Chris Paisley, who finished 21 under. He had a brilliant day yesterday. A final round of 66 to finish 21 under. His caddy was sick, so he got his wife to stand in. Presumably she knows a lot about golf.
Amazing.
I don't know if she was just there as emotional support, but what I loved is after the tournament, even he said he didn't think he could play that well. 15 million rand.
Wow.
Boom. But he shot, I think, the round literally of his life. Great to see a lot of South Africans in the mix there as well, so congratulations. So Chris Paisley is the SA Open champion. champion.
right.
And then very quickly, in the football front, we just saw some amazing results this weekend. Mamelodi Sundowns lost to Pirates 3-1.
Okay.
And Liverpool ended Man City's unbeaten run. They beat them 4-3. We saw goals aplenty, but Harry Kane became Tottenham Hotspur's highest goal scorer, 98 goals, surpassing Teddy Sheringham. So we're going to do an emotional to be had.
Well done. There we go. Definitely a lot of action out in the fields, man.
Was absolutely brilliant, but I think tune in for the Proteas 10 o'clock this morning and continue that Protea 5 if you're not working today.
Yeah,
if
man,
you are working, go out there to Centurion and support.
Support the boys. That's a wrap of your sports here on your Monday morning.
Well, from sport to playing a little bit of a game to get you waking up, we're going to play a game of Guess Who. So what we've done is we've blurred out the image of a well-known South African. We're going to give you a couple of clues to help you out, but you need to guess who is our mystery person and let us know on social media.
That's right. Let's get that image up on the board. Okay, so like Zoe said, it's blurred out, but here you go. This is a South African rapper. He is from Cape Town and is known for his colorful, long caps. I know that probably gave it away already. He is a very keen bodyboarder, and he's got his own brandy product as well. And then last but not least, his latest album launched at the end of 2017, and it's called Africa for Beginners.
Well, if you think you know who our mystery person is, head on over to Facebook, Twitter, use that hashtag Expresso Show and let us know who our Guess Who person is.
And while you do that, do get ready to check out what's trending on social media right now. Apparently, inflatable costumes are the new thing, guys.
It's a thing, dude.
If you haven't gotten yours yet, do so now. Otherwise, you'll be behind the curve, right? Make sure. Make sure.
Dude, I don't know. Listen, moving away from inflatable costumes, something that's really, really awesome. We have the beautiful Jade Huebner in studio today, and she's going to be performing for us. Yes, lending her voice to this Monday morning, along with our man Kat. Stick around for that performance after the break.
Oh yeah, it's happening. It's happening. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry.
I'll be the one if you want me.
I'll be the one.
Anyway,
Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you.
die. I'm feeling so small. It was over my head. At all.
And
You put it a bit louder.
will stumble and fall. I'm still learning to love. I'm starting to crawl. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. And anywhere I would follow you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I will swallow my pride. You're the one that I love, and I'm saying goodbye. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
The water-resistant Galaxy S8, made for summer.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Time for us to take a look at what's trending. That's where we take a look at all the random, interesting, and funny things found online.
Well, our very first story is a series of really unfortunate but hilarious events, and we're struggling to decide what is funnier in this next story. Is it the lady that's trying to get into her car and slipping on the driveway, or is it the person that's laughing in the background? Check it out. Okay, everybody says it's definitely the laugh.
It's the laugh. It has to be the laugh.
You have to watch the full video because
Does she ever make it in?
No.
Wow.
Barely functional.
What a way to start
functional as a human being.
Yeah. Listen. So, if you're looking for an original costume for your next kind of, I don't know, dresser party or pool party, maybe
Always, yeah.
inflatable costumes. It's now a thing. It's made up of entirely balloons.
Yes.
Yeah. So
It's unicorn.
I actually don't know what to say.
There's two unicorns meeting and getting down.
That's actually Zoe. That was actually Zoe.
It's brilliant. Why hasn't anyone thought of this sooner?
Oh my goodness.
Because it's so dangerous. Maybe
Wow.
that's why. With my
Wow.
group of mates, this would never be allowed. This is just, it just
That
starts in
is
trouble.
ridiculous. So I don't know, maybe it's inspiration, just buy a pack of balloons and start creating.
In fact, I'm surprised we haven't done it on this show yet. So that looks very Expresso. Awesome stuff, man. Well, you can let us know.
DIY idea.
Yeah, you can let us know which hashtag, video, or story has caught your attention online this morning. Please share your thoughts with us. We'd love to hear from you. Hit us up on our Facebook page or Twitter. And as always, please include the Expresso Show hashtag. Now, wherever you are, I want you to sit down and take a deep breath. We're about to take it to another level entirely. We know Jade Huebner so well here on the show. She is a presenter on SABC3, yes, but she's also proven herself to be an incredible musical artist. She's got a couple of hits circulating on radio at the moment, but we're going to slow it right down right now as she teams up with one of our own for something very special.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you.
And I'm feeling so small. It was over my head. I know nothing at all.
And I will stumble and fall. I'm still learning to love, starting to crawl. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. And anywhere I will follow you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I will swallow my pride. You're the one that I love, and I'm saying goodbye. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. And anywhere I would have followed you. Oh, oh, say something, I'm giving up on you. Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Tristan
Carmichael.
Tristan Carmichael
Yeah,
on the
everyone.
guitar. Jade, so good to be able to perform with you, and welcome to the show once again.
It's good to be back always.
How has it been going out there in the music industry for you? I know that you've been on an incredible journey.
Yes, it's been crazy. I'm on a Netflix at the moment for with Russell Peters on the Indian Detective, and
that is amazing.
Yeah, it's been when I saw that on News 24 yesterday, I was like, what's going on here? And yeah, obviously I'm actually working on a song with Tristan as well.
Excellent.
So hopefully that will be out very soon. So yeah, it's been busy but exciting.
Fantastic stuff. Well, we'll hear more from you about what's been going on and more about the music. And in the meantime, link up with us on our social media pages. Let us know what you thought about that rendition of a Great Big World's Say Something by Jade and I. Thank you very much for allowing me to share the stage.
I'm so glad you did it with me.
Really appreciate it. All right, now it is time for the news.
In the national news this morning, South Africa has protested to the US Embassy in Pretoria about reported derogatory remarks by President Donald Trump concerning immigrants from Africa and Haiti. South Africa's foreign ministry called the remarks crude and offensive and said Trump's subsequent denial was not categorical. The second in charge of the US Embassy will be asked to explain Trump's comments today. The AU mission in Washington has expressed shock, dismay and outrage and said the Trump administration misunderstood Africans. With schools in South Africa to open on Wednesday, there are thousands of learners who have still not yet been placed. The Gauteng Education Department says this weekend's last-minute registration drive assisted in the backlog to place at least 31,000 learners. The Western Cape Education Department says space still has to be found for 11,249 pupils. The department said more than 150,000 pupils had migrated to the Western Cape over the past 5 years and has placed the schooling system under enormous pressure. Now moving further abroad, the Philippines yesterday raised the alert level for its rumbling Mayon volcano to level 3 after detecting lava flow and indications of activity that could lead to eruptions of magma. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology warned that a hazardous eruption is possible within weeks or even days. More than 1,000 families have been evacuated from villages near Mayon. In 1841, Mayon erupted, burying an entire town and killing some 1,200 people. And then finally, Liberia's ruling Unity Party has expelled the country's outgoing president, Nobel Peace Prize laureate Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who is accused of meddling in last year's presidential elections, in which its candidate suffered a bruising defeat. 4 other party officials were also expelled. Former international soccer star George Weah defeated the Unity Party, marking the first democratic transition of power in Liberia. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Let's get a look at what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Graham.
Difficult to know where to start after such a bumper weekend of sport, but let's kick it off with the game currently underway. Day 2 of the second test between the Proteas and India wrapped up last night with India at the crease, still 152 runs behind South Africa. India finishing the day on 183 for the loss of 5 wickets, still chasing South Africa's first innings score of 335 all out. Day 3 from Supersport Park in Centurion gets underway today at 10 a.m. And plenty of football on offer this weekend. Locally, Mamelodi Sundowns failed to extend their lead at the top of the PSL table as they fell to a 3-1 loss against Orlando Pirates on Saturday. Percy Tau managed to put downs on the score sheet, but it proved not to be enough as goals from Ndauza, Makola and Mamela sealing the win for the Buccaneers. Now the results, Wits drew 1-1 with Chippa. Chiefs beat Polokwane City by 2-1, while SuperSport United suffered a 1-0 loss to Golden Arrows. Then plenty of goals in the English Premiership this weekend. Man City suffered their first defeat of the Premier League season as they lost to Liverpool by 4-3 yesterday in an absolute stunner. The win takes Liverpool to third place on the log with 47 points, while Man City still hold on to a massive 15-point lead at the top of the table despite the loss. Now the results, Tottenham put 4 past Everton, Chelsea and Leicester. They drew 1-1. Arsenal also missing a beat there. They lost to Bournemouth by 2-1. And then finally, bringing it back to South Africa, England's Chris Paisley secured his first ever European Tour victory yesterday, and he did it in fine style, winning the South African Open at the Glendower Golf Club in Johannesburg. Paisley went on to lift the SA Open trophy after he finished the 4-round tournament on 21 under, 3 shots clear of his newest competitor. Of course, that was Brandon Grace, who finished as the highest placed South African, and he took second place after carding an 18 under. And that's where we leave our sport for now.
Well, let's take another look at your roads, starting off in Gauteng and Sandton. There's a stationary vehicle on the M1 northbound that's before Greyston Drive exit. Traffic is slow moving from Houghton. And staying in Gauteng and Midrand, there's also been an accident on the R21 southbound that's near Olifantsfontein Road exit. Traffic is heavy from Nelmapius Drive. That's where I leave your traffic for now. Another update will be coming your way just after 8.
Right, it's just after 7 o'clock. Let's quickly get another weather update. And it looks like there's showers across most parts of the country with mild to warm temperatures and very, very hot in certain areas, reaching well into the high 30s. I'll run you through quickly. Polokwane starting off on 17 this morning with a maximum of 33 degrees. Mbombela 17, 32. Pretoria 18, 35. Johannesburg, a couple of thunder showers today. 17 minimum this morning with a maximum 33. Maikeng 21 and scorching later on today, 37 degrees. Klerksdorp 20 and 36, a couple of thunder showers in the area there expected. Kimberley 21, 33, Bloemfontein 18, 36, Richards Bay starting off on 22, reaching a high of 34 degrees. Pietermaritzburg 16 with a maximum 31. Durban, a couple of showers expected for your Monday, 21 minimum this morning, reaching a high of 27. Mthatha 16, 25, East London 17, 25, Cradock 12, 31, Port Elizabeth 17, 25, George on 14, reaching a high of 22, and a couple of showers expected as well. Sutherland 10, 26, Cape Town 16, 22 with scattered showers. Worcester on 12 minimum this morning, reaching a high of 29. Springbok 14, 29, and Uppington, a very, very hot day expected, 19 minimum this morning, but reaching a maximum of 37 degrees later on. That's a wrap of your weather for the 7 o'clock bulletin. I'll bring you one more update heading your way just after 8.
Well, it's time for us to head to social media this morning. I gotta tell you, everybody's still talking about that match between Liverpool and Manchester City. Of course, Liverpool ending that unbeaten run 4-3. Katlego actually says quality performance in game. Then Fungai says 5 things we learned today. Man City are not invincible. Liverpool can still score goals without Coutinho. Liverpool need a new goalkeeper. Van Dijk was a big miss, and on his day, that person is unplayable. I don't know all the players' names, man, but everybody basically saying that they were not an unbeatable team. A lot of people happy for Liverpool, and lots and lots of mixed reactions. So depending on which team you supported, go and check it out.
Legs. Yeah, I think like all other football fans out there, I just wanted to see that Manchester City really weren't invincible. Well done to Liverpool on that part.
Ain't nobody going to catch them, dude.
Not at all. But listen, there is still time for you to catch up with your summer body, should you wish to do so. That's why Rian is here. He's going to show us how to get rock hard abs. Get it tight.
6 and up. We want 8. Then in our effort to keep the rock hard abs, we're going to show you a nice healthy treat. We're going to be making some seed crackers with hummus. It looks, sounds, tastes amazing.
That's lovely. Yo.
Welcome back, you beautiful creatures. Thank you so much for tuning in and for helping us kickstart a brand new year. And as we enter this brand new year, our resident tech expert, Brian Smith, joins us to unpack 4 technology terms that you and I need to know in 2018. Brother, all the best for the new year.
Thank you very much, you as well.
We love you guys because you keep us right on the fringe. And I think we don't want to look like fools when we're having a conversation with like-minded tech experts. So we're going to give some buzzwords this year. And I'm looking at these and I don't know what half of them mean. But this first one, I think I've kind of got an idea. Artificial intelligence. What exactly is artificial intelligence? Because I think we're going to hear this a lot in 2018.
Absolutely. So I think it's a very scary term to most people, and it needn't be. If you consider with most software or apps we use in our day-to-day, it typically requires that a person input something to achieve something or get some form of reward or function. Artificial intelligence is really about training software or a mixture of software and hardware to act and think like a human mind. So, for example, you might use an artificial intelligence to recognize objects in an image, to translate text to speech, to speak as a human would, or even to make decisions. And not only can you use this kind of technology now on your smartphone, it's also what's empowering researchers to process huge amounts of data and also come to decisions.
I'm glad that you said that because, I think we've seen more advancements in kind of mapping out our genealogy and those sorts of things thanks to artificial intelligence. But, there's nothing scary about that at all. Controlling drones, flying weapons around the world. Nothing scary at all. Then, of course, this one really jumped out for me. I think we know what the internet is, okay? But what is the Internet of Things? This is a term that's kind of popping up more and more.
Indeed. Now, if you consider, we use our smartphones or desktop computers to access and communicate over the internet. But the appliances and other electronic devices in our homes are really stuck in the Stone Age. And the Internet of Things really describes how a lot of these electronic devices are now connecting and communicating over the internet. And a term which is closely linked to this is called the smart home. So in the future, even now, you might have a car you could boot up or start over your smartphone. Or if you're arriving home after a long day of work, you could signal your internet-connected kettle to boil as you're stepping through the door.
Run the bath, set your towel temperature. It's there. If you're already rich, you're probably already living like that. That's the basic term. Internet of Things. I like that. That's really, really going to stick. So Bitcoin, we know about. It's just exploded over the last couple of months. If you haven't heard at least 3 times a day, something's wrong. Blockchain has now been added to that conversation. What is blockchain?
Blockchain really, at its fundamental level, is a way to scale up trust. If you consider 2,000 years ago, if we lived in a small village, you and I would be able to trade or exchange value face to face.
Thanks for saying that. I've got a trustworthy face. Thanks, Brian. Thanks,
definitely. So if you consider as societies grew larger, that trust became difficult to maintain, and we invented middlemen like banks and other institutions to facilitate that. Blockchain really is a way to scale that and remove middlemen. So it's a network of computers all around the world that can exchange value, and they use what's called cryptography, which is really complex mathematical equations to verify and secure transactions. And each transaction gets its own unique identifier, meaning that it cannot be hacked, it cannot be edited in the past, it can only be appended to or added to now in the present. In the
so
future.
Artificial intelligence now has our money as well. Is that basically what you're saying? That's great. Then gaming, multimedia, virtual reality, and augmented reality. Very quickly, what are the differences between those two?
Sure. So there are 2 technologies with both equally exciting potentials. Virtual reality, and the trick is in the name, is where one would use a headset to interact entirely in a virtual world.
That's blown up as well now.
Precisely. Especially with gaming. Yeah. Augmented reality is overlaying digital elements, pixels, images over the real world. So you'd still be able to interact with your surroundings as they are with an enhanced amount of data around you. And both of these will not only be used in gaming, but also in commercial and private uses as well.
I don't know if you can see the vein in the top of my head throbbing now. Dude, thank you so much. I always feel like whenever I talk to you, I have this look on my face. Because it's absolutely amazing. It's going to be a mind-blowing year. Thank you so much to Brian, and be sure to let us know which topics excite you most on expressoshow.com. We'd love to discuss them with our expert panel.
Well, from technology, I wish actually there was a machine that could just give you the perfect abs. Unfortunately, there isn't. It's all about hard work. That's why we have Rian Barnard here to kickstart your Monday morning off with some fitness. Rian, good to have you here.
Zoe, great to be here. You're always amped and ready to show you guys how to do some home fitness.
Okay, well, listen, I'm excited for the home fitness. I'm a little nervous because it's all about the abs today.
Yes, don't be nervous. I'm going to make it doable for everyone. So let's start off. Okay. I'm quickly going to show you how to focus on the lower abs, the obliques, the higher abs, and then the core. Okay. So if you take a position on your back, we're going to start off with the scissor kicks.
Okay, so I'm going to put my hands under there,
yeah,
up
you can
lower
put your hands
back.
Under there.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do the scissor kicks. And these you're going to do until you feel your tummy muscles burning. After that, we're going to go over to the flutter kicks. which is just
up and down.
Yeah, it's like running in the air.
Okay.
Ladies and gents, remember, you can do as much abs as possible, but the diet is the most crucialest thing about abs.
Well, you always see the quote, they say abs are made in the kitchen.
Absolutely, absolutely true. Okay, so for the obliques, you're gonna do the side plank. Go over to the side plank. Always make sure your posture is aligned with your entire body.
Okay.
And as soon as you start feeling that your posture is not aligned, you can switch over to the other side. You don't want your muscles to work on certain positions. It's not, yeah.
Okay, so for someone that's not strong enough, what is an alternative for them to try and do a side plank?
Well, I would say it will be the jackknife kick. I used to see my mom do these in the morning before the TV. And yeah, now you can go over to the other side.
Okay.
But we're gonna do the next one is gonna be the elbow plank.
Okay. These are the ones I normally dread at the gym.
Yeah, these are good. They really work for your six-pack itself. And then there's also the elbow plank crunch, which is, as Frans van Gogh call it, the Spidey walk.
Yes.
Oh, yes. And these are also good for your V-line, ladies and gents.
There we go.
There we go, there we go. Okay, now we're gonna go back to our back, laying on our back, and we're gonna do the wipers.
Okay, explain the
So they are
wipers.
called the wipers for a reason, and it's like your wipers on your windscreen.
Okay, so you move your legs side to side.
It's also good to keep your hands behind your bottom.
Well, Rian, it's always so great to have you here, showing us a great ab workout that we can not only push ourselves with, but something that's great to do at home when you're on the go. I know a lot of people say, you know, summer bodies are made in winter, but you can work on your body throughout the season. And as you said, the abs are made in the kitchen.
They are made in the kitchen, and you can only do these every morning. A few of them will definitely make a difference.
And push yourself. I think if you start off with a 30-second plank, you work your way up to a minute plank, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, you can really, really push yourself.
Every day a bit further.
There we go. Well, Rian, great having you.
Great to be
back. And we look
back.
forward to having you back on our Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Lekker. Have a great one.
Lekker indeed. Right now it's Lekker the Kitchen with Gabriela San Giorgio. She is here. Yes, we're sticking to those healthy New Year's resolutions. You know, we had our fitness now. Right now, what you put into your mouth. I mean, this is very, very important. You're going to be mindful about what you're eating throughout the course of this year if you really want to have a good and positive year with regards to health and fitness. So, homemade oat crackers with hummus.
Delicious.
That is amazing. That is what we're doing.
Yes.
How are you doing, Gabby?
Good, and you?
Awesome, not too bad. So this is a great lunchbox filler.
Amazing,
great
yes.
snack as well. Healthy, protein, great stuff.
It's delicious. High in fiber.
We like it. We
Yes,
like it.
so
Okay,
delicious.
let's go for it. So using, of course, our jungle oats, which is low GI, sustained energy. And like
Exactly.
you said, high in fiber as well. Great snack.
It's delicious. So what we're doing here,
Delicious.
we're very excited, obviously. It's
I can
happening.
see.
So we've got our egg whites here, and all I'm putting is just a little bit of brown sugar.
Okay.
Just because seeds have quite a bit of a very nutty taste.
Yeah.
I was gonna say seedy taste. You're like, yeah, obviously.
Seedy taste.
Yeah. So just the sugar just kind of doesn't make it so seedy.
Seedy.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And so we've got a bit of coconut oil here as our binding agent.
Okay.
It's also really nice about this recipe, there's no eggs in it. So if you have a bit of an egg intolerance, this is great.
Yes.
Don't have your eggs in it. And all we're gonna simply do is add our seeds. So it's up to you what seeds that you like to use at home, but we've got some sesame seeds here, some linseeds and chia seeds, which are also great for fiber and also naturally high in protein.
That's it. Get your
really yum.
plant protein in there. Let me clear this up for you quickly.
Oh, thank you.
Such a pleasure. Right.
And we've got our flour in there. And then all we do is have about a cup of our jungle oats. So about a cup in here, yeah.
Which is also my go-to breakfast.
Oh, always.
Yep.
Always. I mean, there's at least like 2 of those in my cupboard all the time.
Yeah, I know, it's great. It really is great. Okay, so there we have it.
Yes. So all we've done, we've mixed it up here. And all we're going to simply do is, you don't want it to be too thick, otherwise it comes like very stodgy.
Yeah.
So all we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to just put this, we'll use one of these spatulas, put it on a tray and just smear it out as kind of flat as possible. Not like flat.
Okay. Not like...
Give it like a 3 millimeter to 5 millimeter.
Flatten it.
Yes. Because
Okay.
while you're doing that, I'm going to do the hummus.
Okay, you do
which
the
is
hummus.
super easy. So all we've got is some chickpeas. Get the tin chickpeas and just drain them. And we've got some tahini here, which is really yum to make. It really pairs very well with chickpeas.
Okay.
To make a hummus tea tahini kind of vibe. And we've got some cumin. Got a whole clove of garlic, and obviously it's in your food processor, so you can just simply pop it in. Got a nice squeeze of lemon juice.
All right.
And if you really like a lemony taste, you can also add the zest. And then we have got some olive oil. Olive oil is best. So we're going to just put enough here just to kind of coat the chickpeas.
It's awesome to be able to make your own hummus. I mean, it's delicious,
so easy.
it's healthy. Yeah.
And all we're going to do, sorry about the noise, is just blitz it up.
Go for it. The keyword is jungle. SMS that to 33728 if you want to get your hands on this healthy snacking idea. I think it's great. All right, give that a whiz.
Yeah, so I mean, it's up to you if you want it smooth, or you can have it chunky, which is also quite nice. Okay. If you find, like right now, it's looking a little bit too chunky, so I just want to add a little bit more olive oil.
Okay.
But it's also nice if you like a paste, you know.
Yeah.
But this is looking really yum, so just add a dash more olive oil. And then this will be good to go.
There we have it. So, so of course, this will make the perfect combination. I mean, the hummus with your homemade oat crackers. Yeah. And the seeds and everything, exactly. So, like I mentioned, the keyword is jungle. SMS that to 33728. You can also check it out on our website a little bit later on. That's expressoshow.com. We are taking care of your health going into 2018. This is delicious. How do you like my...
I'm so impressed.
Is that good?
That's like amazing. That's the neatest I've ever seen it.
Okay, awesome. So that goes into the oven then?
That goes into the oven. And the nice thing about this now is you can break wedges, you can slice it up. So I'm going to put some beautiful hummus onto our plate.
All right.
So we're going to put it right over here. So you have a big nice dollop of hummus, probably about like a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons for a serving. So if you want to put it in the kids' lunch boxes.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, if you finish off, get that hummus on the plate. Here's a quick look at those steps once again.
To make the oat crackers with hummus, you'll need jungle oats, salt, parsley, olive oil, tahini, ground cumin, lemon, a garlic clove, chickpeas, linseeds, sesame seeds, chia seeds, rice flour, melted coconut oil, brown sugar, and egg whites. For the crackers, add olive oil and brown sugar together and whisk. Add egg whites and whisk together until sugar dissolves. Add the flour, jungle oats, chia seeds, sesame seeds, and linseeds and mix well. Press into a baking sheet and bake for 15 to 20 minutes. For the hummus, add chickpeas, lemon juice, tahini, olive oil, ground cumin, chopped parsley, chopped garlic, and salt to a blender. Blend until smooth and pour into a bowl. Leave the crackers to cool. Break them into pieces. For the full recipe, visit the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to expressoshow.com. You can also SMS the keyword jungle to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. All you need to do is click on the link provided to view the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs, and T's and C's apply.
And there we have it, the keyword once again, jungle. To SMS that to 33728. We'll send you a list of ingredients and a link to the recipe, but literally just kind of broke off a couple of pieces and you serve it like that.
Delicious. Yes.
So perfect for a lunchbox snack at work, you know, pack your hummus. If you don't have hummus, you don't have to make it, you can buy it as well.
You can also buy it, yes.
But I mean, the process of making this actual oat crunchy, it was super easy.
I mean, we just showed, I mean, you literally done this in 5 minutes. I mean, it's so quick and easy. So.
Awesome. Gabby, thank you very, very much. It's taking care of your health. That keyword once again, jungle, to 33728.
It's kept South Africans going longer and stronger for almost 100 years.
Well, thank you so much to the team in the kitchen. Still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. After the break, we're talking about the latest entrepreneurship book in Zulu, no less. And then we give you some of those keys on how you can turn opportunity into success. All that and more coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
One, two, okay. For all the times that you rain on my parade, and all the clubs you get using my name. You think you broke my heart, oh girl, for goodness sake. You think I'm crying on my own, well I ain't. And I didn't want to write a song, 'cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care. I don't, but you still hit my phone up. And baby, I'll be moving on, and I think you should be something I don't wanna hold back. Baby, you should know that my mama don't like you, and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on, and now I know I'm better sleeping on my own. 'Cause if you like still holding on to something. You should go and love yourself. When you told me that you hated my friends, the only problem was with you and not them. And every time you told me my opinion was wrong, you tried to make me forget where I came from. And I didn't want to write a song, 'cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care. I don't, but you still hit my phone up. And baby, I'll be moving on, and I think you should be something I don't wanna hold back. Baby, you should know that my mama don't like you, and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on, and now I know I'm better sleeping on my own. 'Cause if the way you look.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, in 2017, the unemployment rate in South Africa sat at 27.7%, a 13-year high. Now, for many young people, the solution is to turn to entrepreneurship. Unfortunately, many don't have access to resources or even knowledge, and starting your own business is a daunting task. However, business expert and author Nokwazi Mzobe has written a book tailored to a South African market called The Small Business Handbook. And what's even more exciting is that it's now been translated into isiZulu as well. But let's meet the lady of the moment, Nokwazi. Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. And you?
I'm so good and so excited about this handbook. Let's first and all talk about, before we talk about the new version, let's talk about why you decided to write the Small Business Handbook.
I think I was inspired by my journey, and also I lecture and mentor entrepreneurs. And I noticed people were asking me, where can I get information? Where can I get information? And even when I started, I went to a lot of people and said, I need this, I need information on this, can you help me? And I just thought, what if there was just a single resource where I could go to get some help in terms of where I can find certain information?
Yeah. And that's why I'm so happy. I want to give you a high five, girl. Thank you so much. You're one-stop shop for everything that you want to know. What are some of the business challenges that are unique to South African entrepreneurs?
I think for me, the big word is access.
Yeah.
And that would be access to customers, to markets, even something as small as just access to the internet, so you could register on CIPC instead of having to catch a taxi or drive to the other side of town to register your business. So for me, I think that's probably just that, word access to a whole lot of things.
I love that. Now, with our very high unemployment rate that we just talked about a bit earlier on, a lot of young people are turning to entrepreneurship, but what kind of resources are available to them?
I think we're very lucky in South Africa at the moment that there's a drive behind that, and so there are a lot of corporates like Procter & Gamble, who started a leadership academy to support entrepreneurs. I know a lot of the business schools have entrepreneurial programs, and they're pro bono, that are really addressing the entrepreneurial challenges, specifically youth-focused and even now township-focused, to really help propel young people going forward.
Exactly. Well, I know a lot of people are watching right now, salivating at the thought of getting their hands on this book. What do you think is the very first step to becoming an entrepreneur?
For me, it's mindset. It's about, because it really is a journey and it's quite difficult. So if you have the right mindset in terms of, can I solve a problem? And then like, how can I just, a lot of people will say, I can't find money, I need funds. And if you have the right mindset to say, I may not have a lot of money, but how can I just solve this problem to ensure that I'm able to get I don't know, 500 rand to get started. So for me, that's the big thing. Mindset.
Mindset is where you begin. Well, if you've been wanting to know where to start, mindset is where you start, but also getting your hands on the Small Business Handbook is very essential too. We talk about the translation of this book into isiZulu after this.
Well, following on what Nokwazi said, entrepreneurs are more than just business owners. They are highly motivated individuals who can turn an opportunity into a thriving enterprise while learning and growing through challenges. Young entrepreneurs are needed as the driving force for the economy, and one such individual is Greg Parry, who took his love of skating and surfing and turned it into a business.
My name's Greg Parry. I'm 28 years old. I'm a young entrepreneur from Durban. I'm the founder of Peg Surf Brands, founded Nork Helmets, and the recently started XI Skate Distribution. And we manufacture all our clothing here in Durban and distribute throughout the country and overseas.
While he has a BCom degree in finance, Greg was not content to be in the corporate world. Starting his own business meant he could indulge his passion for sport and build a lifestyle brand.
Peg was started in 2011 with the idea of starting a local skate and surf brand. What I wanted to do was establish a brand that provided the hardware and the clothing throughout the country at affordable prices. We've got a designer, we've got a factory in Durban that we use to manufacture the goods, and then we've got our hard goods. The skateboards and the longboards and all the hardware we distribute from Durban. We do this through our online platforms. We use multiple retailers as well, and we grow the brand from our core hub here in Durban. And yeah, 6 years later, we're still rock and rolling and slowly growing. As a young entrepreneur, you know, you come into the game and you're hot-headed and you think you know a lot. And I had to go and learn the hard way. Made lots of mistakes, and through that, you know, you learn cash flow and you learn how to run your business, and that you need money constantly coming in and product going out the door. We have our skateboards and our hardware, and that's given us the opportunity to attract more of a core audience and a core skater audience that allow us to push the product, push the technology, and really become a professional brand. And then we've recently started a distribution called XI Skate. And what this distribution does is it allows all smaller brands to come on board with us, and we will help them manufacture their products and launch them on our platform, which gives them the product and the ability to sell product throughout the country.
Through the expansion of his business, Greg is able to achieve one of his goals, supporting other young entrepreneurs and giving back to the skate community to help it grow.
Our vision in terms of where we're going and how we're going about this is that we want to grow skateboarding. And of course, growing skateboarding means that it grows us. So what we've done is that we've come together to start XII, which will then incorporate bringing in groups of other people, you know. So for an example, we have Triple S, which is a group of skateboarders from Soweto. At the same time, getting to a point where we don't go through athletes, we develop athletes. Chris is one of our skaters. What's really amazing about Chris is that he's a skateboarder who sees himself developing a brand, being involved in skateboarding for a long time, and I see his influence over it as something worth getting behind. Brendan Fulchalo, an amazing skateboarder, mentally strong person. Who wouldn't want somebody like that developing a brand? And those are the types of people that XII is interested in working with.
Greg's business has evolved over the years, going from a cafe that was the flagship for the apparel brand to a more focused enterprise, and it's the result of learning while growing.
The best advice I could give to the young entrepreneurs of South Africa is to follow your dreams, work hard at it, and never worry about the competition in a sense. You know, the competition is always there and it's always going to be there. If you've got an idea and you believe in your idea, go for it. You know, don't let people hold you back. Don't let people's negative comments get you down. Work hard at it and you'll make it work.
Very exciting stuff. I do believe that the future belongs to entrepreneurs. We're sitting this morning with business expert and author Nokwazi Mzobe talking about her book, The Small Business Handbook, and of course the fact that it's now been translated into isiZulu. Nokwazi, why the decision to translate it into Zulu?
I think for me, when we say that we have such a high unemployment rate, one of the gaps is skills. And then when you think that one of the barriers to just comprehension is that people are not taught in their mother tongues. And we have 11 official languages. So why don't we have business content in our indigenous languages? And so for me, starting with isiZulu, where 11.7 million people speak it in our country, I just thought that would be a great place to start.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's amazing because there's nothing better than being able to learn in your mother tongue or read a book in your mother tongue. Just grabbing that information and knowledge is so much more powerful as well. But what are some of the challenges when you tailor a book towards a Zulu readership or any other readership that's not English?
I think for me, the first thing is finding the right translators. Because, you know, you have to have somebody who understands business. Of course. And I guess also if you think about it, we don't necessarily have some of those terms in our indigenous languages. They have to be coined. So I think for me, finding the right translation company with the right people who have the expertise to do that, because I mean I don't have that. And I think for me it's also, you know, the expense of translating is quite big. So I mean I was very lucky that I was able to approach Procter & Gamble to partner with me and to assist me to do that. So I think for me it's just the funding part was a big challenge and getting the right expertise.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. That's amazing. Is there any chance of translating it into other languages as well?
So my big, hairy, audacious goal is to get it into all 11 South African languages. But if I can get at least 2 or 3 this year, that would be my target.
I love that you've also made the book available in various libraries all around the country, but where else can people find it?
Well, it's available on our website at Matoyana, matoyana.co.za, and they must just click on shop.
And for any young South African that's been inspired, because I'm inspired just sitting here talking to you and looking through the book, what would your advice be for anyone who wants to become an entrepreneur in 2018?
I think for me, it's one, identify a problem or a need that people have and try to solve that. Step number 2, make sure that people would want to pay money for that. And then 3 is be fearless. Just do it and learn, and you'll make mistakes. But guess what? You can always start over.
Never a mistake, always a lesson.
Yes, definitely.
I love it. And then just finally to end off, don't you want to paint a picture for us quickly? Looking at it maybe in terms of 5 or 10 years from now with young people following their entrepreneurial dreams, what would you like South Africa to look like?
I think for me, my vision for South Africa is for probably less than 1% unemployment, and for people to be doing it for themselves. I think there's just so much freedom and just empowerment, and just knowing that I can wake up and go create something for myself. So I would love a country of creators and a country of problem solvers and just positive thinking. So that's what I'd love to see for South Africa.
Well, thank you for leading the way in that, Nokwazi. You're an absolute inspiration, and I think every single person needs to get their hands on the Small Business Handbook. It really is an incredible resource for anyone who's thinking of becoming an entrepreneur.
Oh, that has inspired me for a brand new year.
Man.
And of course, we speak about a brand new year. It gets real on Wednesday as we go back to school. A lot of parents, I think, a little bit nervous, but, you know, it's a lot to negotiate. So we're going to help you with some laundry tips to make that side of the process a little bit lighter.
Easier. And what about the lunches, man? We're also talking about those school lunches. We have a brilliant savory muffin recipe that I'll be putting together in just a little bit. Perfect for those lunch boxes. And the kids will love it. Stick around for that after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast show. It's Expresso and it's Monday morning. Now, after the long weekend, there's always some, in fact, just normal weekend, there's always some exciting things to report on our international entertainment news. I believe romance is blooming.
Romance is definitely blooming, especially for Chris Martin and Dakota Johnson, who ended 2017 with romance rumors in full swing. And it seems that it's going to continue into 2018 if these pictures are anything to go by. Now, the pair who have yet to comment on their rumored relationship were spotted on a dinner date this weekend. According to sources, they not only arrived together, but they also left together in the same car as well. And it did look like they are definitely dating. And while we wait for confirmation of this romance, it's nice to see that Chris is potentially also moving on with his life, seeing as though Gwyneth Paltrow has confirmed her engagement last week.
I think they're going to pitch up at the wedding together.
I think they're good friends.
No, they are good friends.
You know,
but,
so I think they'd be happy for each other in general.
I think it's cool.
Remember, it was conscious uncoupling.
Exactly.
They were alive and aware of it.
He should perform at the wedding.
It's true. It's
He
true.
should.
Well, on to another couple, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez.
Well, he's beaming.
He's beaming. Her mom, however, is not beaming because when it comes to Justin Bieber, her mama don't like him, and she likes everyone. The pair who rekindled their romance last year has had everyone weighing in on, and now Selena's mom is also added to the list. Now, Selena's mom, Mandy Teefy, who made headlines last year for unfollowing her daughter on Instagram, has now been quoted as saying that she is not happy about her relationship with the Biebs. She does, however, add that while she may not approve of the romance, she's fine as long as Selena is happy, safe, and healthy.
Okay. That's very mom-like.
Yeah.
You know, the bad boy mom.
But how
mom's
cool
always
is
very
she? Like, she
protective.
unfollows the most followed girl on Instagram.
Yeah. No, for sure. But you can understand.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
Justin Bieber went through this kind of this slump, you know. But you haven't heard much about, you know,
He's
his
changing his life
goings
around.
on. Yeah,
He's
so
going
maybe
to
he's
church. He's been, you know, hanging out with different friends, not his usual crowd.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he's definitely implementing
I say
some
give
change.
Biebs a chance, Mom.
Give Biebs a
Come on,
chance,
Mandy,
Mom.
give Biebs a chance.
Yeah, he was just growing up, but it's all good. Thank you.
True.
Oh, you
I'm
done?
done.
You done? Okay, that's all.
Do you want more? I can make it up.
Do
He
you-
wants more. I'll just suck some stuff out of my thumb.
Okay, let's wrap it. We wrap it right there. Thank you very much. We wrap that the international entertainment news. Thank you, Leanne.
Yeah, thanks for the juice, guys. Anyway, listen, Tropica has gone on a search around the country to find those 7 consumer contestants who would be coming or who would be becoming TV stars on the next Tropica Island of Treasure. And over the past couple of weeks, we've been introducing you to those consumer contestants who would be competing for that shared smooth 1 million rand. And so far, we've introduced you to Lihle, Lizanne, Mpande, Nondu, Rudy, and Kelly. And now it's time for our 7th and final consumer contestant, Mark Anthony.
Consumer contestant Mark Anthony will be competing for the shared 1 million rand in Tropica Island of Treasure, Maldives.
Hi there, my name is Mark Anthony Bingham, hailing all the way from Westbury, west of Johannesburg. I am a personal assistant to a financial planner. I am 29 years old and I'm just full of life and just enjoy life. What I do for a living is I dance. I'm passionate about salsa dancing, especially ballroom and Latin dancing. The most important people in my life, I am such a fan of God and Christ, and then my mom. I take my hat off to her because after my father's passing, she's just been that pillar of hope and strength, and yeah, she's just been man and woman, so that's why they call her woman. How my audition experience went was practically I just went in there with a speedo and saying, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to go to the Maldives, you better take me, and it was awesome. I really enjoyed it, and here I am. I've never been on a tropical island before. The closest thing to a tropical island is the tropical flavor. What I'll do with my share of the money is, first and foremost, I'd like to tithe my 10% to the church, and then I'd also like to lavish my mother as well as my family, and also to invest into the community and just build up kids and mentor kids as well. Away, Master Colonel's Tropica Island of Treasure. I'm coming, your boy Mark. I'll be after you.
Tell us which celebrity you think Mark Anthony would make a good teammate with using #TIOT8. Stay tuned for more consumer reveals and who will be part of this exciting series commencing February 2018 on SABC3. The stage is yours.
Away, my second, Mark Anthony, our 7th and final consumer contestant in this season of Tropica Island of Treasure. Now remember to interact with us on social media. Link up with us and tell us which celebrity contestant do you think would be most suitable to be teamed up with Mark Anthony. And when you do that, do use our hashtag TIOT8.
Now it is time to shine with Mac. You might wonder why I've got soapy suds all over me. Well, we are getting our high shine formula going here. I think many provinces, schools going back to school in just 2 days, not to make you nervous. I hope you are ready with clean uniforms and shine shoes, the most important thing. And if not, well, we've got some tips on how you can get your school uniforms ship shape. So first up, let's start out by getting your child involved. You want their assistance. Throw out everything that's old and scruffy and be quite hardcore about it, and especially the stuff that is too small. And make a list of what you'll need when you go shopping based on what's heading out of that door. So basically do a little preschool audit. Then it's time to hit the laundry. And believe it or not, I actually do the laundry at home. Time to make have a good look at those school uniforms. And of course, they've been sitting unused for months now, and they've gone through the wash, so some of them might be looking a little bit old. So the simplest way to clean uniforms properly is with a quality laundry detergent like MAC. MAC washing powder works hard on tough stains, so you don't have to. And it also has a very high active formula, as you can see, super strong and foamy and great for both colors and whites, and you want those whites to sparkle. So first off, start by checking collars and cuffs for grime. Often that's where it sits there around the collar. Make sure that you check those areas first, and whip up some beautiful MAC hand washing powder. Use a little bit of water. This is a great way to save water in your household as well. Then rub onto those dirty areas and leave for a little while so it can really sink in there. Next, you wash with a bit of cool water. It's as simple as that, and add MAC detergent following the dosage instructions on the pack. They really do get it perfectly right. A 3/4 cup should be for a normal wash, and then of course make sure that MAC is properly dissolved in the water as well to get the best out of it. You throw your clothes in, allow it to soak for a little bit so you can really get those enzymes working. Then wash and really pay special attention to those areas, to the cuffs, to the collars, rinse thoroughly, and then hang up to dry. It really is that easy. But make sure the clothes are hemmed or repaired if needed as well. You don't want your child to rock up to school looking scruffy. Okay, it's a very important first day for them. And then, of course, this was so vital for me. Make sure that your child's name is on every item of their clothing, even the shoes and socks, because you'd be surprised what kids can lose. And then finally, make sure that those school shoes have the perfect polish. And this is a great way to get your child involved as well. It must be the most important part of their ritual. Let them buff up and shine those shoes. So hopefully wash day has been made a little bit easier for you. And to take it a step further, let's make it even more easy to win a MAC hamper every week. What you have to do to stand a chance of winning is SMS the keyword MAC to 33728. SMSs are charged at just $1.50. No free SMSs apply, and all the terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. This week's giveaway ends at midnight this Friday, so get those entries in.
I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine.
For brilliantly clean whites and colors, MAC makes it easy for you to shine.
MAC, shine on.
Well, from making sure the school uniform is ready to making those back-to-school savory muffins, and really it is an easy recipe. You can use any ingredients you have left over in the fridge, as long as it does not weigh more than 150 grams. I mean, there are some really great combinations. You can do spinach, feta, and pepper dews, some cheese, bacon, and onion. And today we're going to add caramelized onions, feta, and bacon to our recipe. And these muffins are also, they freeze well and can really be they can be refreshing. It's a great addition to pop into the oven, and boom, you have a yummy snack post-school and really nice to enjoy.
Yeah, so make them now, make a lot, put it in the freezer, and just pop now for the lunch boxes, and it's great. And like you mentioned, the ingredients that you can go with the savory muffins is absolutely phenomenal. Even like green, I know that Graham has got a New Year's resolution to eat more coriander, so maybe you can put that into these savory muffins.
To that, yes. Well, mine's to cook more, so this counts as cooking.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So first and foremost, we've got some flour. Okay, very easy. Then we have some bicarb and some baking soda as well. It's going to get that in there. All of our raising agents. All right, and an egg.
Okay.
So it's a very, very simple recipe, okay? So the key here also, just give it a little bit of a mix here.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now, because I think you don't want to mix it too much. Over-mixing is a problem. Right, now let's go for a cup of Clover Care milk. Just about a cup. That should be all right.
Okay, see, it always fascinates me when you can just throw from the container into the bowl. I'm like, I need to know exact measurements.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go.
Base it based on the texture.
You base it on the texture. You just check it out, and then at this stage, I'm just gonna we have some bacon, maybe left over from breakfast, also.
Okay.
Some caramelized onions as well. So, like you said, 150 ingredients, 150 grams. Sorry, that's the right amount for this recipe. And then I'm just gonna
some feta.
Crumble in some feta here.
Can I stir it for you?
Go for it. Go for it.
You know what would be great with this recipe is olives as well. Like
Olives
a combination
would be great.
where you add some olives.
There we go.
There we go. So we just mix it all in.
Just give it a good mix. And then you have these pockets of feta cheese as well. That's going to be absolutely amazing.
There we go.
Yeah, I think let's put a little bit more milk in there. So you get it. You don't want to overmix it. I think that should be fine. It can be a little bit runny as well, but it's going to all come together at the end. And like you rightly said, freeze it. It's a great way to kind of prepare in advance. And then you don't have to worry.
There we go.
Awesome. So just give it one last little mix here. And then you pop that, and look at that. How easy was that?
That was very easy, and I love that you can really use any ingredients that you have left over in your fridge. You don't have to go buy specific ones. It's
Absolutely.
whatever is left over, you can
now
pop
you make
in there.
A nice
dollop in there.
And it is like that.
Mm-hmm. And you'll preheat your oven at 160 degrees, and you'll pop them in for about 20 to 25 minutes.
That's it. Exactly like that. So there you have it, some savory muffins. And the keyword is snack. SMS that to 33728 because it is one of those perfect little snacks as well. Yeah. So it's not going to raise too much.
There we go.
All right,
when you're
Zoe.
done, this is what you're left with. How amazing.
Look how amazing that looks.
Those are my kind of snacks. And I love the fact that you can make the batter, freeze it, and then just, if you have guests over or if the kids bring friends home after school, it's a great snack to just quickly defrost I nearly said materials, but defrost the ingredients, and then boom, you have these savory muffins.
And you have it, the keyword snack, once again to 33728. It will be on our website a little bit later on today as well. That's expressoshow.com. Savory muffins for the lunchbox. It's awesome.
Introducing Clover Care, the first enriched milk packed with nutrients to help you take extra care of your whole family.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, if your Monday morning is turning out to be rather blue, then don't worry because we've got the thing just for you. Another live performance from Jade Huebner coming up after the break. And look what she's got. It's a whole ukulele. What? Yes.
Okay. When you told me that you hated my friends. Wait, nothing's on? 1, 2, the only problem. When you told me that you hated my friends. The only problem was with you and not them. And then you tried to tell me my opinion was wrong. You tried to make me forget where I came from. I didn't want to write a song, cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care. I don't, but you still hit my phone up. And baby, I'll be moving on. And I think you should be something I don't wanna hold. Okay. Yeah, Happy, please don't turn up the reverb. This is perfect. You should be something. Cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care. I don't, but you still hit my phone up. And baby, I'll be moving on. And I think you should be something I don't wanna hold.
like live, the actual live?
Yes, live performance. Okay.
You know, it's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Monday morning on your feel-good breakfast show Expresso on SABC3, and you're right on time to hear another live performance from our guest artist this morning, Jade Huebner, as she performs a cover of Justin Bieber's "Love Yourself."
Oh my goodness, yeah. When you told me that you hated my friends, the only problem was with you and not them. And every time you told me my opinion was wrong, you tried to make me forget where I came from. And I didn't want to write a song, 'cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care. I don't, but you still hit my phone up. And baby, I'll be moving on, and I think you should be something I don't want to hold back. Baby, you should know that my mama don't like you, and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on, and now I know I'm better sleeping on my own. 'Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. For all the times that you made me feel small, I fell in love, now I feel nothing at all. I never felt so low when I was vulnerable. Was I a fool to let you break down my walls? 'Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. Oh baby, you should go and love yourself. Oh baby, you should go and love yourself.
Jade on the ukulele with Justin Bieber's "Love Yourself." Thank you so much. Way to start a Monday morning.
I still had our song in my head. And I couldn't remember the verse on the first song.
It is a bit of an earworm. It is a bit of an earworm.
Wing it.
Yeah. But listen, tell me quickly about your
Yes.
trip that you undertook. You went to Rio very recently.
Yes, yeah. We went on a bit of a girls' trip.
Yeah?
No boyfriends, no fiancés, no husbands allowed. And yes, we did go wild, but it was so incredible. It's a completely different world in Brazil.
Is there a cloud folder somewhere there hanging around with all the photos? Okay, but
Maybe.
I'm glad you had fun. But in as far as you on being on this musical journey right now and writing music, what do you find is inspiring you to write?
Oh, wow. Do you know, sometimes it's not even the big names.
Yeah?
I mean, obviously they're there and they often inspire you, but sometimes it's those gems on YouTube and people who do other covers and when you get those goosebumps, you've got to go and look on YouTube. There's so much talent. There's another show that's also just come out and it's just taken my breath away.
Excellent.
So yeah, it's a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
And you inspire me too.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And then what can we expect from you in 2018? What big plans do you have?
Oh, well, I'm actually doing a bit of a move to Johannesburg.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I'm hoping that will open a few more doors. There's a few goals that I'm working on, some exciting adventures. And then also I'm going to be
be releasing a track soon with Tristan Carmichael, who's produced a number of songs that are currently on radio and also accompanied us on the guitar.
Yes.
And yeah, you guys will just have to
Brilliant
tune
news.
in on social media to see what's happening.
We will certainly do that. In the meantime, let us know what you thought about that performance of Love Yourself by Jade. And then, of course, we'll have her later on live on our Facebook page just after 9 o'clock. So make sure that you do tune in that. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely wonderful. Let's take a look at the news headlines of the morning.
In die nasionale nuus Suid-Afrika het by die VSA se ambassade in Pretoria protes aangeteken oor krie en neerhalende aanmerkings deur president Donald Trump oor immigrante uit Afrika en Haiti. Die VSA se adjunkt-ambassadeur versoek om vandag die aanmerkings te verduidelik. In Washington het die Afrika-Unie missie ook skok, verontwaardiging en woede uitgespreek en gesê die Trump-administrasie verstaan nie Afrikane nie. Skole in Suid-Afrika open weer Woensdag, maar duisende leerders is nog nie geplaas nie. In Gauteng het registrasie in die afgelope naweek die getal wat nog geplaas moet word na sowat 31,000 verminder. In die Wes-Kaap word nog vir meer as 11,000 leerders in skole plek gesoek. Die onderwysdepartement in die provinsie meen, die skoolstelsel in Wes-Kaapland is onder enorme druk, aangesien meer as 150,000 leerders die afgelope 5 jaar daarheen migreer het. Op die internasionale front, die waaksaamheidsvlak in die Filippyne is gister tot vlak 3 verhoog weens lavavloei en aanduidings van aktiwiteit wat op uitbarstings in die vulkaan Monday. Die seismologiese instituut in die Filippyne het gewaarsku dat die gevaarlike uitbarsting binne weke selfs daar moontlik is. Meer as duisende gesinne is reeds uit dorpies naby Mayan verskuif. In 1840 het die vulkaan uitgebars, 'n hele dorp onder lawe begrawe en meer as 1200 mense die dood veroorsaak. En dan ten slotte, Liberia se regerende Unity Party het die land se uitgaande president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf geskort. Johnson, 'n ontvanger van die Nobelprys, word daarvan beskuldig dat sy wederregtelik in verlede jaar se algemene verkiesing ingemeng het. Die voormalige internasionale sokkerster George Weah het die Unity Party om die presidentskap verslaan. Dit was die eerste demokratiese oordrag van mag in Liberia se geskiedenis. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Let's get a final look at what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Graham.
Let's kick it off with cricket this morning. Day 2 of the second test between the Proteas and India wrapped up last night with India at the crease, still 152 runs behind South Africa. So India finished the day on 183 for the loss of 5 wickets, still chasing South Africa's first innings score of 335 all out. Day 3 from Supersport Park in Centurion kicking off at 10 a.m. this morning. Then on to football. Locally, Mamelodi Sundowns, they failed to extend their lead at the top of the PSL table as they fell to a 3-1 loss against Orlando Pirates on Saturday. Percy Tell managed to put downs on the score sheet, but it proved not to be enough as goals from Nyauza, Makola and Mamela sealed the win for the Buccaneers. Now the results, we saw Wits drawing 1-1 with Chippa, Chiefs beating Polokwane City by 2-1, while Supersport United suffered a 1-0 loss to Golden Arrows, and of course Free State Stars, they beat Cape Town City to leapfrog them on the log, now going into second place. Then a little further afield, a host of goals in the English Premiership as Man City suffered their first defeat of the Premier League season, losing to Liverpool by 4-3 yesterday. The win takes Liverpool to third place on the log with 47 points, while Man City still way ahead, 15 points at the top of the table. They're cushioned despite that loss. Now the results, Tottenham put 4 past Everton, Chelsea and Leicester drew 0-0, while Arsenal, they also missed a beat. They lost to Bournemouth by 2-1. And then finally, bringing it back home for golf, England's Chris Paisley secured his first European Tour victory yesterday and did it in fine style as he won the South African Open at the Glendower Golf Club in Johannesburg. Paisley went on to lift that SA Open trophy after he finished the 4-round tournament on 21 under. That was 3 shots clear of his nearest competitor. Of course, happened to be Brandon Grace, who finished as the highest placed South African. He took second place after carding an 18 under for the tournament. And that's a wrap of your sport for this morning.
Well, let's take one final look at the road, starting off in Gauteng and Midrand. An earlier accident on the R21 southbound near Olifantsfontein Road exit. That one's been cleared. However, traffic is still heavy from Nalmapius Drive. Then moving to the Western Cape in Century City, you can expect congestion on the N1 inbound. That's between McIntyre Road and Marine Drive. Delays of 28 minutes can be expected. And that's where we leave your roads on your Feel Good Breakfast show for this morning.
All right, let's quickly take a last look at your weather and those temperatures for your Monday morning. It's a rather cloudy day in the mother city this morning, but there's a chance of showers across most parts of the country with mild to warm temperatures and very hot in certain places, reaching the high 30s even. Jou temperature Polokwane begin op 17, dit styg na 33, Mbombela 17, 32, Pretoria 18 en warm later 35, Johannesburg 17, 33, Mahikeng 21 en ook baie warm 37 grade, Klerksdorp op 20, dit styg na 36, Kimberley 21, 33, Bloemfontein 18, 36, Richards Bay 22, 34, Pietermaritzburg starting off on 16, reaching high 31 degrees, Durban 21, 27, Mthatha 16, 25, East London 17, 25, Cradock starting off on 12 minimum with the maximum 31, Port Elizabeth 17, 25, George 14, 22, Sutherland on 10 minimum reaching a high of 26, Cape Town 16, 22, Worcester 12, 29, Springbok 14 and also a maximum of 29, and Uppington a very hot day expected, 19 minimum with a maximum of 37 degrees later on. And that wraps up your weather and temperatures on your Feel Good Breakfast show for your Monday morning.
Well, it's time for us to head to social media this morning. We need to find out who the mystery guest is this morning, the mystery person in our Guess Who game. Of course, we did tell you that he is a keen bodyboarder and he's also known for his own brandy product, and he also loves to party. It seems that everybody got it right, but let's kick it off here with Dino Mentor, who says, "Good morning, Expresso. It's Jack Barrow." Absolutely love it. Well, congratulations to everybody that got it right. We'll play Guess Who again next week, same time, same place.
Well, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. When we get back, we are talking relationships. Dr. Eve is with us in studio. This time around, we're asking the question, are you in a mixed faith relationship? We'd love to hear from you. Perhaps you have a comment or a question. Give us a call. Those lines are open. It's 021-430-9881.
Exactly, a big topic for today. And then sprucing up your Monday with a delicious drink. How about an iced chocochino? Yes, just for fun, because it's absolutely delicious. We'll show you after the break.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, happy Monday morning. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. Now, I think historically speaking, it can be agreed that the number one cause of conflict worldwide has to be religion. Wars have been fought over it. Billions of lives have been lost in clashes between different belief systems. And so it stands to reason that within our personal relationships, faith can also lead to conflict. And so joining us this morning to navigate and discuss the topic, which is interfaith relationship, is Dr. Eve, our expert. Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you, Dr. Eve. Dr. Eve.
Hello, Kat.
Hi,
welcome back.
Oh, thank you. It's good to be back and just jumping into relationships.
Well, I'm not into relationships, as Kat is alluding to, probably one of the most difficult aspects of a relationship. I mean, this is like a war zone we're entering into.
This is a tough one. So shall we kick it off with the most important question? Should faith be a reason for choosing a partner?
Faith is a reason for choosing a partner for many people. What I want us to begin to start the conversation with, Leanne, is the fact that people value religion enormously. One way or another, whether you're an atheist or whether you're an absolute practitioner of religion, it is something which is part of us and has to be brought into any kind of intimate relationship. So it creates a lot of conundrums for couples because of the emotiveness of the topic of it. And because not only the emotiveness of between the couple, but in communities, and as you said, worldwide, there is such a story around religion. So you're taking something quite political and really important, and you put it into the intimacy of a person's relationship. So one of the first things that couples have to address when they start courting or when they meet each other is how much value do they place on religion per se. And I don't want people to say, it's not important, it's really nothing to me. It is important.
It is. Yeah.
It has an impact.
And perhaps we can get some calls from our viewers who can tell us, maybe you are in an interfaith relationship, you've made it work, perhaps you have your own views on how to tackle this and how to approach it, because you were saying during the courting process, so should it be discussed between the two potential partners before you even say we are officially a couple? You then need to say, this is how much I value religion and the role that it plays in my life. These are the principles that I draw from it. Do you agree with them? How do you even broach that topic?
It's absolutely an essential, Kat. It's like a 101 in terms of relationship courtships, that people have to talk about it beforehand. And as I said, even if they say it's not important to me, it may become important. Now, an important, interesting fact that I read was that religion seems to become more important to people as we age. So you could get into a couple relationship, even a marriage at a young age, and then find that actually we're on the same foot in terms of religion. Either we really don't give it a lot of value, a lot of weight, or one person does and we're able to tolerate it. And then as people get older, they find that actually I would like to become much more fundamental, I would like to be practicing more, and the other person is, this is not what we signed up for, how do we manage it? So it is going to be a factor in your life. You know, something like an illness happens, something like a child is born, some kind of natural disaster. You know how we are as people. We kind of go into a place of bargaining with a higher power, and some event will make us say, I am committed now to being religious. I promise if my child survives, if my child is well, I'm going to serve my God. And that might have not been when you signed up. So it's really important that one talks about it and keeps talking about it as you go through your marriage.
I like the way you said as one gets older, it becomes more important to you. But I think a lot of young people don't necessarily put a lot of emphasis on interfaith relationships. Maybe they make the relationship the most important thing, but eventually you come to a place where you are looking for something deeper. You are looking for a way to connect with someone on a more deeper level once the physicalness of the relationship has kind of taken
the
its
sexiness.
Yes,
You're allowed to say that.
has become routine. You look for something a bit deeper, right?
Yeah. Now, I tell you what I found really interesting is that I did some research to have a look at have attitudes changed in South Africa specifically around interracial relationships and interfaith relationships since 1995. What do you think? Test the team. What do you think? So, 1995, and I'm talking about interracial because we do have to discriminate between race, culture, and religion, but also we know they really are interrelated. So, because I couldn't find any statistics on interfaith relationships in South Africa, I looked at interracial. In South Africa, since 1995, there were 330 people as compared to one person where there was interracial relationships. So every one, there were 330 interracial relationships. Here and now, and this was statistics that was looking at 2011, there are 95 interrelationships, as interrace relationships as compared to one. So we've done an enormous shift of looking at tolerance in South Africa as a society. And I'm wondering if this has expanded into interfaith relationships. And I would love our viewers to let us know that.
Absolutely. So we've opened up our line, 0214309881. Give us a call and let us know. Weigh in with your thoughts on this very important topic when it comes to deciding who will be your partner, whether temporary or for life. We'll be back again with Dr. E very shortly.
Well, we are back in the kitchen, this time making a iced chocolate-chino. I have a love-hate relationship when it comes to coffee. I love it sometimes, and there's days where I can go without it. But when it comes to an iced coffee, I absolutely will not say no. Cannot resist them.
So then don't say no.
No, we're not going to say no,
do
but
it.
we're also adding something else to it. We're going to add some chocolate, some vanilla essence, and some clover sweetened condensed milk.
Can't go wrong with that. So an iced chocolate-chino, that's exactly what we're doing right now. And you know, I can't start my morning without a delicious cup of Expresso. I'm just saying. And here we have 2 shots of Expresso. Okay, we're going to pop that in there. It's very, very easy to make this.
Yes.
Right, some vanilla essence. All right, you've got to have some vanilla essence in a chocolate-chino. Some cocoa powder.
Sorry, I love the smell of vanilla essence.
Oh, it is beautiful. I would just say to Zoe, it's one of my favorite all-time smells. Some clover care milk as well. So here you get some good vitamins and nutrients in there as well. More than 10 vitamins, highest source of calcium as well.
I love that you're throwing it in there to get the last little bit of the
I just want everything out there. So that's not entirely a cup. I'm just going to pick that up.
You can always add more.
You can always add a bit more. So there we go. And now some ice. Yes. Because it is,
a frozen chocolate-chino. There we go.
Exactly. So it needs to be nice and cold. Get the nice ice in there.
I'm loving the idea of this one already.
All right. And then, certainly last but not least, condensed milk from Clover. And here we want a nice cup because it's nice to be nice and sweet. So a tablespoon is good, but how sweet do you like it?
Well, let's go a little bit more.
I feel you. Let's do that. Okay, how's that?
It's early in the morning. We'll burn the energy.
This is true. Just for luck. I always say just add that little bit of extra, just for love, just for love. But I mean, already you can see that looks absolutely delicious.
Yes.
Look at that.
There we go.
Beautiful. So let's quickly blast this up.
Give it a good shake.
Get the condensed milk down there. And here we go.
There we go.
Look at the color. It's beautiful.
Definitely a love.
It's a love. It's a love, definitely.
There we go.
Now the keyword is drink. SMS that to 33728 to get your hands on this iced chocolate-chino. Oh my goodness, look at that. And it smells just amazing. And look how smooth that it is as well.
Well, you do want because it's iced, so it's
That's
still...
it.
That's great.
That's
okay.
it.
Can't wait to tuck into this
All right, Zoe. Let's give it a try and see how that is.
Cheers.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I would add more condensed milk.
That is really, but
just make it really sweet.
She is so sweet. That's why. The keyword is drink. SMS that to 33728. Try this one. It is definitely a brilliant way just to start off your morning, especially at the beginning of the week. Okay? And I mean, stuff that you might have in the house.
Even
very
midday.
easy.
I mean, we're in the middle of summer. This is the best way to cool down.
You see, she likes it, even though it's not that sweet. But it works. It works. Drink to 33728.
Introducing Clover Care, the first enriched milk packed with nutrients to help you take extra care of your whole family.
Made with love by Clover.
We are talking about a very interesting topic, faith within relationships, and our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, is here this morning. If you have a question or a comment, maybe you are in an interfaith relationship, don't you want to please give us a call, 021-430-9881. And I suppose the very first question that I want to ask is, what happens when 2 people from different faiths fall in love?
They fall in love?
Because you can't choose.
You can't fall in love with.
Yeah, let's say you fall in love at first sight and you don't really get a chance to talk about it, and you really can't not love the person just because he's Christian or she's Muslim.
So let's go back to kind of what we were chatting about now in the break, is that people's morality, people's belief systems, people's behavior are based very much on what religion they come from or what they've imbued in terms of the world's religions, because all world's religions teach us wonderful lessons in morality and behavior and belief systems. So I think that from get-go you're going to find somebody whose belief systems, if it's not even about religion yet, their belief systems, their values, if they differ from yours, it might very well mean that their religions differ from yours as well, and that's going to be problematic. All religions say the same thing. We know what all religions say, that there's kindness and humanity and humaneness. We know that, but there also are some differences that people are going to imbue just from religion. So you want to red flag that if it feels like this is really not easy for you because we have such different values. And then you want to extrapolate that with the person and say, well, is this a religious thing for you? How important is religion to you? It's really, and also, what does it mean to you? What does religion mean to you? Because we often say, I really am religious, but what does it really mean to you? How deeply do you want to follow it? And couples who are serious about each other have to really take it down to, well, what does it mean? Are we going to be carrying out every single ritual, or are you quite flexible about the rituals that we carry out? How are we going to go about this? Many marriages as well, and I'd love to hear from the viewers, are based on religion, like an arranged marriage, where people know that this is the number one value in my life, and I'm only going to marry somebody who is of the same faith as me. And love will almost come second to that. I'd love to hear from people if that is your experience of it. How highly do you rate religion?
Yeah. So let's say you've been dating your partner now for however long, but substantial enough for it to be called a proper relationship, if you will, by your definition. And you find out that, okay, we didn't really discuss the religion or the faith thing, but we do need to, because I do see it as important. Is there a way of finding a compromise? Is there a way of saying, I can respect what you believe in, if you respect, not if you, but, and you will respect what I believe in, and we'll move forward in that until at some stage we find that we can't? How do you even do that?
So I think that in the beginning of a relationship, in your first few months and even maybe years, you're still in a pleasing behavior. And before you've done the actual commitment, you're going to agree to a lot of stuff, as we know, generally. And then when there is more of a commitment, and then there's things like doing things seriously, like getting married in a community or having children, that's when the crunch comes and you expose what you really do want and what religion really does mean to you. And that can be quite shocking for people. Obviously, in healthy adult relationships, people should be always being flexible and respecting and learning how to negotiate around issues. I don't know if one can compromise around religion. I think that this is something which is really important to you. You must accept it. Do not believe that this person is going to change because of love.
I hear you.
Sure.
Love is not going to conquer it.
I don't know if I completely agree with you, Dr. Eve, saying you don't know if compromise is possible, because I think there are people out there that are making it work that way, where mom believes one thing, dad believes another thing, and there may be their philosophies to say to the children, it's up to you to make your mind up given what we expose you to.
That's kind of different, because I don't think that's a compromise. I think that that's an agreement that we are different and we're going to respect each other. A compromise would be, well, I really don't believe in, I don't want to change my faith, but because I love you so much, I am going to convert to your faith. And that might not be something sustainable, something that feels comfortable. So
I don't know if you're speaking about the same thing. I'm speaking about where, let's say, you, mommy, agree on that kind of faith system. I agree on this kind of faith. So it's completely different. So we're going to keep on practicing our own religions and faiths. And then we'll say to our kids that this is the world we live in, and you are completely able to make up your own mind on what you believe. And that's how we run our family. I think some people out there are possibly doing it.
Exactly. I do think that is being done. Absolutely. I don't think that there can be a compromise in terms of I'm going to surrender my religion, because it could lead to enormous animosity. If you agree to keep your own religions, healthy adult stuff. I love it.
Sure. Even just talking about it now.
This is a meaty topic, and we're going to continue with it in a little bit. Give us a call, 021-430-9881 if you want to weigh in.
Absolutely, and like Kat rightly said, I mean, the people out there that's making it work, interfaith relationships and marriages, but the big question is the children. How do you go about that? Kat gave us his opinion. We'll find out from the doctor herself after the break. Very, very likely answer, meaty.
Very meaty indeed. And then we'll also take a look at our Mandela Monday hero, a young individual that's curating ambitious young filmmakers. A very inspirational story. We'll bring that to you after the break.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show and happy Monday. We are on SABC3 Live, Large and in Charge. And right now, speaking to Dr. Eve about interfaith relationships and how you make those work, especially in this time, in this age of modernity. Give us a call on 021-430-9881 to weigh in. So the next step now we want to find out is what happens when family starts weighing in. And mom, dad, granddad, grandma, uncles are like, yo, what did you bring home?
You know it's not just the two of you in the relationship, right?
Who is this?
Who else is in the relationship?
We do not approve of Dr. Eve because she is not of our faith.
Exactly.
How much importance should you place on that and make decisions on whether your relationship would continue or not?
You know, Kat, the more I live in the world and the more I practice as a therapist, I realize I know how important the influence of family is.
Yeah.
I wish it weren't, but it is. We kind of are tied to them for life, and how they influence us is absolutely vital to our feeling well. And it takes a lot of courage, and I think absolutely vital for a couple who start out a relationship together to put up boundaries. You know, it's almost like a velvet glove, a velvet fist of, I love you, but this is our culture, this is my choice, this is my family, and this is what my choice is, and I want your approval. And to be able to do that, it's so essential, because others you're not going to be able to have a healthy adult marriage unless you put families in their place. So by being strong and confident as a couple, I think that families will take lessons from you. You know, we are children. We are all children of our families, but we're also, once you get into a committed space, you become a family. You become a very independent family.
Yeah.
And families have to respect that. You develop your own culture, your own religious beliefs. You really do have to do that in order to succeed.
We've got Leslie on the line right now. Leslie from Durban, good morning. What is your question or comment for Dr. Eve?
Hi, Dr. Eve, it's Leslie. Hi, I'm so glad to speak to you. Dr. Eve, my gran was Hindu and my granny was white, and then they ended up changing to Catholic because she was from a very religious family, and they had 10 children and about 30 grandchildren.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, and they lived ever so happy. They couldn't live without each other. When he died, she couldn't live without him, and then she ended up dying soon after that.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Leslie, may I ask, did you maybe through that time draw some pearls of wisdom on how they made it work? What do you think was the secret to making that interfaith relationship work?
They just loved each other, Kat. They loved each other. They couldn't live without each other. They loved each other. They respected each other. And apartheid, we lived in apartheid times when they were married like that. And he kept on getting locked up because he was married to a white lady. And he had to duck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And eventually, but they just loved together and they loved each other. He comes from a very wealthy family, and they cut him out of the world because he married a white lady.
Wow.
And she was from the royalty, the royal family. She was very, 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 high up. But that's what I'm saying. She was beautiful. My daughter looks a bit like her. My middle daughter looks a bit like her. Yeah. But, can I tell you, I've lived with it for years and years and years. I'm 54 now, and I've lived with it for years. People don't want to know me because I look more Indian and et cetera, You understand? But I don't have that. I don't have any hatred or anything with myself. I just lived in South Africa all my life. And my gran was she taught me everything I know today. Everything. Cooking, cleaning, being the person I am, everything.
Thank you so much, Leslie. Wow. So it seems at the end of the day, love conquers all.
I knew you were going to say that.
But that's exactly...
Listen what she added in. She said, but Kat, I've had struggle. I've had difficulty. So we have to acknowledge that the relationship has to be able to endure the difficulty. All I see it as is an added layer of complexity to any relationship. And it doesn't mean that the relationship shouldn't happen. It just means that you have to be adult enough to keep communicating, there's another layer of negotiation which is not easy.
Sure. We've got time for one more caller.
Yes.
Veronica from Port Elizabeth. Good morning, Veronica. What is your question or comment for Dr. Eve?
Hi, good morning, guys.
Hi.
I don't have a question. I just want to say it's all about respect. Me and my husband's been married for 28 years, and we respect each other with different religions.
So at the end of the day, it's all about that respect.
Yeah.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Thank you so much, Veronica. We're going to keep our lines open, and we're going to have one more a little segment to chat with Dr. Eve. 0214309881.
Well, in a world that is fast becoming dominated by technology and living in a digital age, future trends analysts, they have repeatedly claimed that creativity is going to become a highly valued commodity. However, children and teenagers from disadvantaged communities and backgrounds are often discouraged from pursuing work in a creative field. Well, a talented young filmmaker from 7 Films Productions is changing that perspective by showing youth just how awesome filmmaking can be. His name is SJ, and he's our Mandela Monday hero.
What I enjoy about filmmaking is its power to influence, to change minds. When I decided to be a filmmaker, I wanted to change the world, and I felt that film was the best way to do it.
Sipiwe SJ Myeza Mhlambi is a professional film director and co-founder of Blackboard Community Filmmaking, a learnership program in Khayelitsha and Gugulethu.
The ethos of Blackboard is obviously educating kids at a junior high level about the possibilities of film and being an artist, which is something that I was never afforded when I was growing up. And a lot of people weren't afforded and end up choosing careers that they didn't really enjoy because they felt as if art and film weren't a viable career choice. And just the opportunity to be able to educate kids and get more kids into the film industry and transform the industry just felt like something that resonated with me in a way that I could give back in a meaningful way, not just by speech, by being an example as well. A normal class for the students is basically comprises of a theory and a practical side to things. Obviously, we walk them through the preparation of what it takes to make a film, and then we go into a practical hands-on illustration of what each component does. As they get the grip of it, then we go on and we take them onto set and give them a real hands-on experience.
This level of exposure to creative industries helps open the minds of township learners to new possibilities and build life skills they can use in any field.
What I enjoy about today's filmmaking class was that we learned new things about what Blackboard is about, and then what happened behind the cameras, and how to make a commercial become so exciting without even being able to see the people at the background.
What I enjoy about my filmmaking class is the part of being cameraman, and I've got experience in all the departments in this industry.
I enjoy the part of learning or gaining a new experience. Like I've never had this experience. I love films. So I've always seen the equipment used, but I've never been able to touch it, so it was something new.
SJ is a very enthusiastic person. He's fun to hang around. And what I've learned from SJ is that being a director is not like trying to gain more money. It's more about experiencing new things, finding new things, being able to communicate with people in a way that it helps you as a person to understand what people's views are and values.
Our hopes as a collective are obviously to tap into the talent that doesn't have the opportunity to thrive. We're just doing a service for kids in the townships, underprivileged kids. I mean, it's only at its beginning stages at the moment, and we're trying to find our feet, but I mean, it would be great to just look next to you and see that kid being your AD, you know, and on one of the sets and doing great things, you know. I think this project almost gives purpose to what we're doing as an organization. My advice for any up-and-coming young filmmakers is just to shoot a lot. You know, anytime you have an opportunity to be on set, anytime you have an opportunity to grab a camera, film it. More importantly, just know what your goal is. know the end results. I firmly believe that he who has a why can bear anyhow. So find out what that why is and just work towards it, man. Anything in between doesn't matter.
If a picture says 1,000 words, then the world of moving pictures is igniting the imaginations and determination of future creatives from Ikasi.
All right, our line is open, 0214309881. We're engaging on the topic of interfaith relationships, and we've got Patty on the line right now from Stellenbosch. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
Hi. So great to have you on the line. What is your question or comment for Dr. Eve?
Okay, just in regard to relationships and religion. When I was at college, I met a guy and we were quite serious and we were speaking about marriage, etc.
Yes.
He didn't go to any church regularly, but I was practicing my faith. And he made it clear that if we were to get married, we would have to get married in his church because it would devastate his parents if he didn't. And in retrospect, I'm so glad that that didn't work out because I am now married. I've been married for 26 years. And when I met my hubby, I said to him, I think that, I will never force him to do what I do in terms of my religion. But at the same time, he must never try and stop me. So we had an agreement on that. Some years later, he started coming with me to church, and we've attended interdenominational self-development and parenting courses and things. And we're not in our church because it's an indoctrination that's forced us to stay. It's because we've developed a relationship with God and we have mutual respect for one another. So it's worked well.
Excellent. That's amazing. May I ask, Patty, do you have children?
Yes, 2 children.
Was there ever challenges when it came to bring up your children with your husband in terms of that interfaith, potential conflict or lack thereof?
Never a problem at all. No.
Excellent.
Like, from when they were little, he was part of it, and it wasn't because I said, you must. It was just something that evolved naturally. It's something that he wanted.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that wonderful news with us, that it is indeed possible. But I think just like Patty said, she didn't have to force him. He made that decision that I am going to start going to church with you. And
maybe also because he wasn't deeply attached to any religion to start out with. So he was kind of cool around it, and then naturally he took it on himself. Red flag, which I must always point out, red flags, and which Patty noted, was that the first man that came along said that his family would be devastated. Now, I reiterate that if you're going to get married and please your family, it's not going to work. Yes, moving on.
I have one question. I know we're running out of time. What if you are a very religious person and you fall in love with someone who is not religious, who doesn't believe in anything? Could that potentially work? And if not, what problems are you looking to run into in the future?
First of all, I think that it would be very difficult for you to be with somebody who is not going to respect your religion. This is your faith, this is something that you value very highly, and you could only be with somebody who's either going to she has to accept that this is the way that it is. And if it doesn't, it's going to lead to problems because it's something you're very deeply attached to. That's just as simple as it is. And don't think that love, oh God, Kat, will conquer all. That's too big.
It's too big. I don't know. I think we've had 2 callers that have been very convincing of the fact that if there's love and respect and that relationship is more important than anything, and the fact that you love each other is important.
Now we just have to check to the other 30 million.
You know what I mean? We can do that. How about a survey on our poll on
There's
Twitter
a poll
or
on at
Facebook?
the moment, so you can fill that in and tell us what you think about it. So
absolutely.
Go fill it in.
Well, we hope that was enlightening for you. And that you were able to at least, grasp some kind of growth from it. Because love should conquer all.
Love should conquer all. So if Idris can just get his act together, we'll be good to go. Yes!
Dr. Eve, thank you so much. We'll see you again next week, Monday.
No, I won't actually.
Not?
I won't.
No, where are you going?
I'm going to be working in Johannesburg.
Okay,
so sorry. Doing actually fabulous work for the Department of Education. So I'm looking forward to that.
We look forward to having you back.
I'll be back in 2 weeks.
Always, thanks, babe. See you at church. Cool.
On that note, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Margaret and Alan Hirsch, they join us in studio as they recently had the opportunity to carry the Winter Olympics torch.
Yeah.
I'm going to say torch. Yeah, torch.
Very cool, the torch. And then also sticking to the Winter Olympics, it's just around the corner. So we're going to take a look at South Africa's participation over the past years at this prestigious event. So stick around for that and a whole lot more on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and the 2018 Winter Olympic Games are just around the corner. And although Team South Africa looks set to only have one participant stepping out into the snow, there's still plenty to get excited about as the country goes in search of new Olympic records and medals. So in light of the up-and-coming winter showpiece, this morning we are going to take a look at how Team South Africa has fared at past editions of the Winter Games.
Yeah, and it is absolutely amazing, the Winter Games. Now, the 2018 Winter Olympic Games will take place in Pyeongchang, South Korea, from the 9th till the 25th of February this year, and it will also be known as the 23rd Olympic Winter Games. Now, the Games in South Korea will feature 102 events across 15 sports. All right, so it's going to be absolutely amazing. So just quickly, South Africa first competed in the Winter Olympics back in 1960, where figure skaters Patricia Eastwood, Marion Sage, Marcel Matthews and Gwen Jones flew the South African flag high in Squaw Valley in the United States. And then readmission in 1994 saw the second time we had athletes take part in the Games. And besides the Sochi 2014 Winter Games, South Africa has taken part in every Winter Games since readmission in 1994. So that's from 1994 to the 2010 Games in Vancouver, Canada. South Africa has had 7 athletes take part in the Games across 6 codes, which were skating, short track and speed skating, alpine skiing as well, figure skating, skeleton and cross-country skiing.
Very interesting, and thinking, that we don't really have snow-like sports here. They've done incredible to participate.
That's the thing.
And then local alpine skier Sive Spielman has set to become South Africa's first black Winter Olympic participant after he was invited by the International Olympic Committee to compete at the Sochi Games in 2014. However, the South African Sports Confederation and Olympic Committee, they've decided that Spielman would not be able to compete as he did not meet the required standards to take part. Now, 4 years on, now 22-year-old Spielman has qualified for the 2018 Games, and his participation is yet to be approved by SASCOC, and Spielman is set to be South Africa's only participant at this year's Games. And Spielman hails from Berkeley East in the southern parts of the Drakensberg Mountains, so we certainly will be keeping an eye on him.
Let's go, boy, let's go. I think it's very, very exciting. I mean, because like you rightly said, we don't have the opportunity. We got a couple of areas where, people like Sive can actually practice, his skiing and alpine skiing. But I'm sure it doesn't matter. If it comes to it, he is going to make us very, very proud. So that's a little quick roundup of South Africa's history with regards to the Winter Olympic Games.
Yeah, and then talk about history being made from a South African point of view. Now, as the top independent appliance and electronics retail suppliers and operators in South Africa, Margaret and Alan Hirsch, the founders of Hirsch's, were selected to represent the African continent and start off the traditional 2018 Winter Olympics relay in Pyeongchang, Korea. And the Hirsch's are here to tell us about this wonderful experience that took place almost just a month ago on the 14th of December in South Korea. Firstly, good morning, happy Monday, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
And this must have been quite an honor and an event to be part of. So take me through that, the lead up towards the day of actually carrying the torch, the Olympic torch. What was that like, Alan?
Well, it was a very long day.
Yeah.
Part of me, early, get on the bus, 2-hour drive out of Seoul to incredibly well organized. They give you all your gear, they give you the instructions, they give you the torch, and then you get into a bus, and every so often they drop you, and as you go along, they give you instructions. They put the gasoline in the torch.
Yes.
They light the torch. You do your kiss, and then you run. Kiss by putting the two torches together.
You've got to do your kiss and then you run. Yeah. And the torch you're holding right now is the actual torch.
That's the actual torch
that you're running around with.
Well, it's 1.3 kgs, yeah.
That is absolutely amazing. So tell me about that. When you're carrying the torch, and obviously there's fanfare all around, people cheering you on, how stressful is that moment? Because you think to yourself, anything could happen. There might be sleet on the ground. I can't drop the torch and let the flame go out. Tell me about that.
Well, it was -10, so it was really cold, although it was a sunny day.
Yes.
And I prepared 20 minutes on the treadmill with a 2 kg weight in my hand.
Yes.
You ran 200 meters.
That's all they give you. And there you are.
Yeah.
What a moment.
And the amazing, unfortunate thing was there's a traffic jam. So I had to run on the spot for like 10 minutes.
It's exactly like being on that treadmill. Yeah. And look at that, these scenes were seen all across the world. And like I just think it's an enormous amount of pressure. So now you've carried the torch for your 200 meters and you meet there with Margaret and you've got to exchange the flame. What was that moment like, Margaret?
Well, that was incredible because the build-up was amazing. You're out there and all the local people are out there cheering you on and you really feel like a celebrity. And I think, just having listened to your last comments about interracial marriages and long marriages, we've been married 46 years.
That's incredible. So, oh, my word. Oh, my word.
Yeah, so we had to do something at the handover. So we thought we'd give a kiss because, most people couldn't kiss the people they were handing over to, so it was okay for us to And we ran with another couple, which was Sammy and his wife Helga, and they also had a kiss, so it was really, they've also been married for over 40 years, so it was super. And it was the most wonderful, exhilarating feeling. So that's where we hand over. That's called the torch kiss.
Torch kiss.
We actually hand, where the two torches touch each other.
Yes.
And then Alan stops, and then we had our kiss, and then we thought we were going to run, but there again, as Alan said, there was a traffic jam. And what they also don't show you is you're running, and there's a truck in front of you with about 20 television cameras, and they're beaming from all over the world, and they're journalists who run at the side of you. And you'll see, if you show the clip just now when I'm running, where they're shouting comments at me, asking questions, and I was saying,
Margaret, how does it feel?
Yeah,
where are you from?
What are you doing this for? And I said, this is for women empowerment. I want to empower the women of the world to just know that you can do anything. I mean, here I am, the toaster sales lady from Pietermaritzburg, and suddenly I'm carrying the torch in Korea. I mean, who would have thought that? So to all the young people, and I work in schools all the time, the young people out there, just know that anything can happen. I mean, it was our busiest time of the year. We never thought we'd be able to leave work, and we just said we're going to go for this one, and it was the most amazing experience.
Yeah, and of course we can't downplay the fact that you were there not just as representatives of South Africa, but the African continent at large.
Yeah, you think about it. I mean, Africa is such a huge continent, and why would they choose us of all people to go? For us, it was such an honor to be represented.
Athletic skills, eh?
And what will you take away from this? I think a once-in-a-lifetime experience, because I mean, it's not something that you get recalled for 4 years later. Yeah. What will you take away from this?
I took immense pride. Here I am, a guy who failed stat in grade 8, and got my own business, been recognised and chance to run like this. I think it was amazing.
Amazing. What about you, Margaret?
I think just having listened to Oprah's speech at the Golden Globe Awards, and if there's just one person out there that can see this and say, wow, I could do that. I mean, I come from absolutely nowhere, and to be able to do that, I just want to tell all those other kids sitting at home, don't think that you're not going to get anywhere, because if you really work hard and you battle and you struggle, you can do anything that you want, and we're living proof of that.
You are absolutely. And I do have to ask you this, because I always look forward to learning from those that have done it successfully for so many years, being married for 46 years now. What is the secret to a happy and long-lasting marriage?
Bliss and blisters.
I think, you know, I always say to people, you can't just give 50%. You have to give 100%. We each give 100%. If you ask me, I say I do everything. You ask Alan, he says he does everything. So we both give 100%, and that makes for a happy marriage.
Oh, beautiful advice, and thank you so much for carrying not just the torch but the hopes of Africa with you in executing this magnanimous and gargantuan task in front of the whole world. And thank you so much for being part of our Expresso family too.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. We feel at home here.
We look forward to having you
Thank
back.
you.
Well, stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. We'll be right back after this.
Yeah, it must be a gargantuan honour going with that torch through the streets and it's ice cold. Man, that looks so
Is
cool.
that how you'll look if you were doing that?
I would, no, not that goofy, but, you know, I will make it look good. I'm sure, you know, but I'll also practice. Obviously, listen, it's been a great Monday. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We're not done yet. There's a couple of minutes left of your Feel Good Breakfast show. We'll be back after the break.
Show us again how you'll run with it?
Just, no, sky shot.
Your feel-good breakfast show Expresso loves to wake up the nation with inspiration, meaningful conversation and a lot of fun. We're also proud that this entertainment and interaction goes beyond TV, and we connect with the Expresso family on social media. So we're proud to announce that Expresso has been named by Africa Brand Index as the #1 TV show on social media in Africa. Expresso has top TV shows across the continent for communicating with our audience on social media. And this achievement is thanks to having the most awesome fans on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.
We would like to say thank you so much to our online Expresso family for helping us become the #1 TV show on social media. Oh, it means so much to us to be able to interact with you, and we thank you for being on this journey with us every single day.
Expresso is known for its feel-good stories, and what I love about social media is seeing the response to these incredible stories. It's really heartwarming to see people sharing their own experiences or relay how the story has inspired them. It inspires us to keep finding and sharing these feel-good moments.
I love when the viewers laugh with us, when something funny happens during the show. We speak to the camera and we have a laugh in studio, but it's great that the conversation really becomes a two-way thing when we get to read the viewers' response and they are laughing along with us.
You too can be a part of the #1 TV show social media family on the continent, where you can take a peek behind the scenes and let us know how you feel about topics and stories on the show.
So if you're not part of our social media community yet, what are you waiting for? Please come and join the Expresso family. You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram and on Twitter, and we would love to have your voice join our daily conversations.
Don't miss Expresso weekday mornings 6:30 to 9 a.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
Oh shit, I need the clicks. I have to have the clicks. Otherwise I can't play in time.
Correct.
Hold on, I'm practicing. Can they put it louder, please?
Take what you want from me. Like your body don't make no sense. You don't know me. You don't know me. Wait, why you waiting? Why you waiting on me? There's no need to pretend. You don't know me. You don't know me. Because you're trying to be someone else, but your body won't let you in. So confused by doubt, like a rebel sick of sin, trying to get out.
Can they turn the piano, the backing track way more up, because I can hardly hear the piano. I don't need an earpiece if you turn it up. The piano is just, my voice is too loud. I need to hear the piano. Yeah, so they just need to put it up, please.
Okay, Greg, so you can push the button.
Oh, it's too loud, but let's wait. Okay. Maybe that might work. Maybe they just turn it soft and for the clicks, and then so I can just hear it a bit. Okay. So maybe what you do is I still need to hear the clicks. So you start the track softly. Okay. Okay. And then turn it up as the piano starts. So it's just tick, 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 tick.
But like, how's he gonna hear?
Yeah, it needs to be soft enough for me to hear the clicks. Just loud enough to hear the clicks.
He needs the clicks.
Yeah.
For the song when it starts, like.
So you put the clicks really soft and then crank it up as the piano starts going up. Do you get what I'm saying? But as long as I can just hear the clicks.
Okay, but like Greg is saying, if we don't see your fingers, and then you don't need to hear the click.
No, I do, because then I'm behind the whole time with playing. Okay, let's try it. Let's practice one without the clicks. I just need a good warning.
Greg, did you get that?
Okay, let's try it without the clicks. Okay, it's fine, we'll leave it. But I just need the presenter needs to count me in. Yeah. Yeah, throws me off without the clicks. One more time, one more time.
Okay. Just the click soft and then push it up.
Yeah, that would be best. Okay, cool.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Time for us to take one final look at what's happening on social media. Of course, Kat and Jade Huebner performed a beautiful, beautiful song this morning, Say Something. And we wanted to know from you, what did you think of their performance? Jennifer says, brilliant. Both have beautiful voices. Happy Monday. Virginia says, how amazing, how awesome it was to have heard these beautiful golden voices. Onika says, I like everything that Kat does and the whole Expresso team. Love you guys. And then Joan says, I want to hear Kat singing on his own. He has the most amazingly beautiful voice. Please, Katlejo. 1, 2, 3, let's go. We think we can hook that up for you. And then Kule says, oh man, missed it. Just came back from my morning run, but I know it was lit. The awesome thing is, if you missed it, you can also catch it online. We'll put it up a little bit later on. So most importantly, everyone's saying that they really, really loved the duet between Kat and Jade Huebner.
Technique. All right, listen up. We're going to be using these funky, fun hula hoops in the next coming days in our Hoop de Loop challenge, where we're going to be challenging our guests to see how good they are. So Jade's going to be like you're going to be our guinea pig today. We want to see whether they are hula hoop worthy. So I'm going to ask you to just show us your skills for about 30 seconds. So for instance, what we'll do is we'll have like a point system where we say every time you drop the hula hoop, we'll deduct points, and you got to hula hoop for a minute long. And if you can keep it there, you'll be at the top of our leaderboard.
Should we do a quick little warm up though, like a little 10
quick little warm up?
Join me. You got to do like a little.
Oh, okay.
Streets, we're getting old these days.
How is this a warm up for your hula hooping?
Just watch and learn. Just watch and learn.
Watch and learn.
Okay.
Good grief. Okay, cool.
Ready?
3, 2, 1. Let's see how Jade Huebner hula hoops. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So is that what the warm up was for?
So you sort of like rock back and forth. Yeah.
Okay, take me through your hula hooping technique. Where's the best place for head to? Well, you got 20 seconds left.
It's where your belly button is.
Where your belly button is.
Exactly where it sits. You can put one leg forward. And then if it helps, then having your
hit the
legs
belly
together.
button.
So put the one leg forward.
Okay. Mine that didn't go as smoothly as planned.
No, I'm a bit thirsty.
7,
We'll get a cup of tea
6,
here. I'll just have some
5,
tea, some popcorn and
4,
snacks.
3, 2, 1. Okay. Jade is a professional, guys. Come on. You guys come in here.
Oh, she's still going.
Okay, you stand there.
Still going.
Can you do two?
Wait, we need the same one. We need the same. Okay, wait, let's try.
Go.
Go. Woo!
Yes.
Another one. Let's go.
You're kidding me.
I didn't even know I could do this. Go for it.
No way.
I'm gonna give it a spin for you. Let's go.
Okay. I don't know what to do. It's stuck on me. Get it off. Get it off. Wait. We got like 40 seconds to go.
Okay, here we go.
Untangle it.
One more.
Okay, you ready? Here we go.
Not just a talented singer and presenter, but also a queen hula hooper. All right, so we'll be challenging our guests to a hoop-de-loop challenge to see if they can be as good as Jade. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. We're going to say bye. We'll see you tomorrow, Nelly.
Epic stuff. Bye.
That's incredible. Wow.
Well done.
I don't know what happened.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.